for the people.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence.
Here we go.
And I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Oh, really?
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Right.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, DJ, go ahead and kill.
Yeah.
All right, DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Welcome to the show. Once again, I am your host. I'm your pilot. And you know exactly why we are here. But before we get started, let me take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, the first H is because I'm honest. And we're going to be very honest today, ladies and gentlemen. We really are. All right. The second H is because I'm humble, all right? If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. Never going to change. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Now, many of you, like I say every day, are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is we hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, isn't it safe to say that our friends on the right, they've hit the jackpot when it comes to doing dirty and disgusting things, right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got some bad news for you Trump supporters right now. I know the energy that's out there. So please, I'll address that in just a split second. But to all of you Trump supporters out there, you might want to leave this live because it's still going to be very, very uncomfortable for you here. It really is, all right? Because we're not going to sugarcoat anything. And at the end of the day, we know who the clear and present danger is to the United States of America. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this, like I say at the top of every show. If you are a Trump supporter, leave this live and go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts that will lie to you and try to get you to believe everything Donald Trump is saying is true and take your money at the same time, because they'll lie to you to make you feel good. Over here, oh no, we won't. All right, but get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with today's show. Obviously, the elephant in the room, it has to do with the debate yesterday with former President Donald Trump and our current president, Joe Biden. And I watched the debate and I said, you know what? This is a very simple equation that needs to be solved. All right. This to the American people that are out here listening. Okay, you know what? Joe Biden didn't give you any of that stuff you were looking for. All right. And you know what? As far as I was concerned, neither did Donald Trump. All right. These are two knuckleheads. OK, one of them is honest and old. The other one is a liar and old. Which one do you vote for? Which one of these two people do you think you want to make appointments to the Supreme Court? Right. I think that's where this is at right now. So if you are a person that is paying attention, I want you to understand this vote isn't simply a popularity contest. No, it's not a popularity contest. This is a real battle about our life, our future, and what we want for the next generation. And you know what Donald Trump wants. He wants to take America back. He wants to take away women's rights. He wants to reinstitute slavery. All right. This is what MAGA Republicans want to do. Read Project 2025. He wants to be able to run this country like a third world country and install himself as a dictator. Now, if you are for that, then you're going to go, you know what? I saw Donald Trump on the stage, and you know what? This is what one of them said to me. I think I can handle. This is what someone said to me. I think I can handle 4 more years of Donald Trump. Let me ask the people out here real quick. How many of you in the audience believe you can handle 4 more years of Donald Trump? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe you can handle 4 more years of Donald Trump. You know, some people might say, yeah. I'm just curious. How many people want to relive the Trump presidency all over again, in which he will spend 90% of his time arguing on social media? Oh, Miss Boss Diva. Okay, 2. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you want Donald Trump back in the White House and you want to relive him on social media all the time, arguing with the news, right? Golfing, all right, doing all that stuff. More of those so-called tax breaks that don't help the middle class or the regular everyday Americans. All it'll do is help him and his friends. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see Donald Trump ripping off the United States government by charging Secret Service to stay at his properties. You want to see Donald Trump out here SAing women. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to relive the pandemic. I'm looking in the chat. I'm looking for those 1s, all right? Because there's some people, and I get this, and I said, you know what? This is the problem in America. A lot of people, we have short-term memory issues, all right? We thought because we survived it that we could go through it again. The answer to look at this. I don't even see any 1s. The overwhelming majority of you put 2s in there, which is good. I think everyone knows that 4 more years of Donald J. Trump, you might as well kiss this country goodbye. And as far as I'm concerned, all Joe Biden had to do yesterday, and I'll be honest with you, because I've been saying it. I said, I don't care if he's in a wheelchair. Voting for Donald Trump is not an option, right? Did he show up in a wheelchair yesterday? Ladies and gentlemen, did anyone see Joe Biden showing up in a wheelchair yesterday? Because to me, that's where I said I would, even if he was, I would have put him in there. No, he walked in there on both of his feet, right, Ange? He walked in there on both of his feet. And imagine this man, Joe Biden. Think about all the pressure he's had to deal with, right? We got Vladimir Putin. One of the biggest threats to the United States. He's standing up to Vladimir Putin every single day. He's standing up to MAGA every single day. He just went over to Europe in remembrance of D-Day to honor the fallen soldiers, the troops. And he put on one of the most presidential displays I've ever seen in my lifetime, minus Barack Obama, because Barack Obama is always going to have that special place. But the way he represented the United States, and then he's had to deal with Hunter Biden being convicted and still showing, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to go around and bash my political rivals. This man, Joe Biden, has been probably one of the most honest presidents of our lifetime. The man's older, I give it to him. But he's doing way more than I could do. Oh, yeah, this guy at his age, he's doing way more than I could do. With all that hell he's dealing with, he has to go debate Donald J. Trump, a convicted felon, been indicted in multiple venues. What does Donald Trump do all day, really? What's the hardest thing Donald Trump's been doing? Besides being on his social media platform and going to these rallies he pays people to attend. Nothing. He has no real issues. He has nothing going on in his life. So all he can do is sit there and salivate at an opportunity to debate Joe Biden. So Joe Biden has to go there and look this demon in his eyes with all this stuff he got going on in his life. This is what Joe Biden has to do. He goes on stage. They played a little game that they got going on at CNN, which, I thought for the most part it was going to be a fair game. But then when I listened to how Donald Trump refused to answer any questions about his record, how Donald Trump repeatedly lied. I don't know how he could lie for 90 minutes straight. They should test Donald Trump to see what he took, because only someone who was on that stuff could lie for 90 minutes. He did it like it was Like they say you never forget how to ride a bike. Thank you, Meg, for the subscription. They say you never forget how to ride the bike. You never forget how to drive a stick shift. The way Donald Trump lied for 90 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I said, this man is a raging MAGA demon, and there's just absolutely no way that if he ever gets into the White House, this country will ever survive. This country will never survive another 4 years of Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, Joe Biden was tired yesterday of lifting up this country in front of everyone and showing of how strong America is. He's pretty tired. He's old. That's not new, all right? That was nothing. That didn't shock me at all, okay? But you know what he did? He's tried his best to be honest with the American people, despite everything he has going on. So for that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Joe Biden a round of applause. Oh yeah. His age was showing, all right. And I'll say this. I'll even say this. Maybe I wanted Joe Biden to go out there and get a triple double, right? Sometimes you want your athletes to do stuff like get a triple double, Joe. But after I saw that performance, I said, you know what, Joe? You just go ahead and we'll call you in when we need you, Joe. You get back to the White House, Mr. President. Please just get back to the White House. Keep fielding those phone calls and keep Donald Trump in check. Because to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, can I be honest with you? Had Donald Trump not been such a terrible president, Joe Biden would have never had to come out of retirement, right? We all saw what was going on. Joe Biden, after the Obama administration, Joe Biden went off, made a bunch of money. He was ready to retire. But after Donald Trump got in the White House, and that little Charlottesville thing happened, we got all that civil unrest going on. Joe Biden came out of retirement and he said, sir, for the America that I love, I'm coming out of retirement and I'm going to defeat you. And he defeated Donald J. Trump. So the only reason Joe Biden is honestly running to be president is because of MAGA, right? Had these Trump supporters simply held Donald Trump accountable, none of this would have happened. So guess what, MAGA? If you're going to hold on to Donald Trump, guess what I'm going to do? We're going to hold on to Joe Biden. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what we got to do. We're going to give the first round of booze and shame to Donald Trump and his supporters because what's happening in this country is really their fault, right? If they would have let go of Donald Trump, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? And now that we're in this situation, they got to deal with it. Let's give the Trump supporters a round of booze and shame. I don't care about you MAGA demons. Listen. I'm not one of these people, you have a bad game and then you say, you know what, I'm never playing the game again. I'm done with this game. No. When you have bad games, sometimes you know what you got to do? You got to dig in your bag a little bit and get better at what you're playing. And that's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake. This is a battle for the strong, not the weak. If you want to be weak, you go ahead and sit on the sideline, all right? Get out of the way and let those of us who want to do the work to save this country do the work. The next president will be making Supreme Court justice appointments. And you saw what Donald Trump's appointments did to this country. Do not make the same mistake again because you got in your feelings because, hey, Joe Biden was a little tired, all right, when he went to go debate someone who sits at home all day on their rusty you-know-what, crying on their social media platform, spewing lies. I wouldn't have given that thing 100% either. Why would you give 100% to Donald Trump at this point? You know what he is. He's a wolf. He lied. All right, yeah, he's going to bounce back and we're going to help him bounce back, all right? And so with that being said, I want you all to know I agree with John Fetterman. Chill out, all right? Everyone needs to just chill out and understand this is not just about Joe Biden. This is about the future of the United States of America. And I'm going to keep calling out those Supreme Court justice appointments, all right? The next president will definitely change the dynamics of the Supreme Court. And if you thought you were living in hell now, I promise you, let Donald Trump in the White House again. You'll never, ever think twice. You'll never ever forget what you just did when you thought about reappointing him or letting him win. All right. So Senator John Fetterman on Friday hammered Democrats who are calling on President Joe Biden to drop out of the race after his widely panned debate performance yesterday. All right. Writing on Twitter, Fetterman pushed back on Democrats who are anonymously sniping at Biden, and he used his own experience with the poor debate performance back in 2022 to emphasize that such moments do not doom campaigns. All right, so to the American people out there listening, maybe yesterday you watched Joe Biden, all right, and you didn't get the impression you wanted, but use your minds, all right? Don't let one impression of this man change your mind and get you to start thinking you can do another 4 years with Donald Trump. Wake up, folks. This is what Fetterman had to say. I refuse to join the Democrat vultures on Biden's shoulders after the debate, he wrote. Quote, no one knows more than me that a rough debate is not the sum of a person's and their record. Morning after thermonuclear beatdowns, from my race, from the debate, and polling geniuses like 538 predicted, I'd lose by 2. And what happened? The only seat to flip and won by historic margin, +5. He then urged his fellow Democrats to buck up and blatantly said, chill the F out. And you know I don't even like to use that kind of language, right? And so with that being said, I just want to make sure I get that message out there. To the Democrats, stop crying. You got to. No one said this was going to be a walk in the park. All right, please, if you can, just look at what MAGA does. All right, just take a look at what they do. I'll give it to MAGA on this. These folks, they don't waver in their support of their man. This guy, Donald Trump, there's just nothing he could do wrong. And I honestly think if it was the other way around and Donald Trump got out there and just wasn't feeling good, you would have seen MAGA rally around this knucklehead and say, oh, you know, look at this. This man, Donald Trump, is being treated so poorly. I can't believe you guys. So if they can support their candidate in the wrong, it shouldn't be that difficult for us as Democrats to support Joe Biden in the right. If his only flaw is his age, wow. We're willing to throw it all away because of his age? That's deep right there. That's deep. That's deep to Zeus right there. You know, I mean, listen, I'm just saying, we all got people in our lives that we love and they age, all right? You don't just pull the plug on these people. No, you work with them. Now, Joe Biden, as far as I'm concerned, is a national treasure, right? The experience that he has, the wisdom that he has, all right? The compassion that this man has is irreplaceable, all right? You're not going to find anyone else that has the connections this man has on a global or a national level, that has the spirit of meekness, that really loves this country, all right? You're not going to find someone like him. You're not just going to go, oh, get rid of Joe Biden and bring someone else in with that record. You're not going to find that record anymore. And yes, he is older, all right? And part of being in the United States that makes us great is how do you treat folks who are, you know, up there in age, all right? And so to the Democrats out there, it is now time to lead by example, all right? Unless otherwise, we got to do what we got to do to get Joe Biden reelected. We don't got any choice. We don't got any time to play around because, like he says, don't compare him to the almighty, compare him to the alternative. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving MAGA. I'm going to give MAGA this round of booze and shame because right now they think they smell blood in the water. You don't smell this. There's no blood in the water, MAGA. That's all you dreaming. I promise you, all this has done is made the Democrats more and more stronger in our support for Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give MAGA what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. All right. Now, I did want to point out something that occurred in that debate yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. That was of cause for concern. Can we talk about this moment, ladies and gentlemen? Wait a second. Is this the part that I wanted to hear? Hold on. Let me see. First things first, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. There was one thing. There was one thing I wanted to talk about in this live. Here we go. Let's see if this audio works. This is the part that definitely made me say, okay, we still got to deal with this. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, here we go. There we go.
The fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Let me play
The fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking...
I don't blame Joe Biden, because you can see Joe Biden looking at this guy, and they got these photos all over the social media where it looks like Joe Biden is tripping, right? And they go, oh, he's old. No! What? What are black jobs? Does anyone out there know what a black job is? Oh, I see. Maybe your baby daddy could come on up here and explain to Zeus what a black job is. Your baby daddy, come on. What a black job is. All right.
Wait, you're still
supporter,
on
right?
this fucking app? That's incredible.
Hey, wait a second.
That you even show your face. You should be embarrassed.
Now,
listen,
can you
low
listen,
energy today?
Listen.
Low energy today. I'm very disappointed.
Listen. Can you control the demon? All right. I get it. You're feeling
Zeus,
good.
Zeus,
You're feeling good. You're feeling
to me,
good.
Zeus.
Hold on.
It's over.
Jesus Christ. Hold on. Listen. I know you're feeling good about what happened yesterday. All right.
Not
But bosses take losses, yo baby. Now I'm going to unmute you again, and I'm just going to ask you one simple question. All right, unmute. Come on, act like you know how to host a live.
I don't know how to host a live, but regardless,
Yes, you do. Yes,
why
you do.
are you even
Yes, you
showing
do.
up here today, sir? Why don't you retire like Biden and call it a career?
Okay.
If I were you,
I
would
promise
come-
you.
Yeah,
I
and
promise
never
you.
show my face. Go ahead,
I
sir.
promise you. I'll answer that question if you could answer this one question that I couldn't get an answer to.
Go for
What
it.
the heck are black jobs?
Come on now. Listen, Trump says dumbass shit all the time. I'm the
Well,
first
can you
one to say
not? Can
that.
you not curse? Can you not curse? There's
Okay,
children. There's children that
apologize.
listen to this
All right,
broadcast.
all right,
Okay,
yeah,
thank
okay.
you. I know it's hard. What are black jobs?
I'm not here to defend everything Trump says. Just know that this election ended 12 minutes in when Biden lost his train of thought.
So
And
you don't know.
that, Zeus.
So you don't know
And
what
your
black
chat
jobs
knows that,
are.
Zeus.
You don't know.
You guys know that.
No.
Everybody in
no.
here knows that this election is over.
No. You
So
want me
if
to
I
tell
were
you? You want
I
me to
would
tell
just
you when it
delete
ended?
that.
You want me to tell you when it
literally-
ended? You want me to tell you when it ended?
Go for it.
When Donald Trump got indicted. When
You know what?
when
you're
he got
absolutely right. I
convicted?
said that last
Yeah.
night, Zeus.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
day that they indicted Trump, that's when because if they didn't indict Trump, Trump wouldn't even be the Republican nominee.
No.
So I agree with you.
You looked at it the wrong way. So you
Oh,
don't know
no,
what
no, no,
black
Zeus,
jobs
Zeus.
are. You don't know what
Zeus.
black jobs are? No, be honest, because that's the only reason I brought you up. We'll come
I
back and
know.
talk to you. So you
Go-
don't know
go
what
back
black
to your
jobs are.
nonsense, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're gonna do? Let's give yo baby daddy. He runs a concentration kind of operation on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't know what black jobs are, and he's still defending Donald J. Trump. You know what we got to do to that MAGA demon, right, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in giving yo baby daddy what he deserves. A round of booze and shame. Oh, you want to talk Z-Pop? Hold on.
Silence. You never.
Yes.
Yes, Z-Pac, what do you want?
Yeah, so it's interesting that Yo Baby Daddy, who is on tape being verbally abusive to women, is coming up here and having a conversation about, birds of a feather flock together, right?
Oh, really?
So, like when you have Donald Trump, who's a serial rapist and also very abusive to women, it's no surprise that somebody like Yo Baby Daddy would be totally supporting the man.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together, like two birds, two wings on the same bird type of thing. It's Yo Baby Daddy on the one side, and then Donald Trump on the other. This is the same bird. I completely agree, Z-Pac. I completely
Yeah,
agree.
just wanted to make that a real thing because we had that conversation, the difficult conversation in a live about his conduct, and so
All right. Well, listen.
that's all I had to say.
Thank you, Z-Pac. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Z-Pac a round of applause. So, going once again, is there any Trump supporter out there that can explain? Because this is what the original question was about. Yo, baby daddy, he did a good job trying to deflect, but I really want the answer.
Is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now. And it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
What are black jobs? MAGA, this is a question for you. Oh, you got it, East Texas? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Because, see, I want to make sure I address this. East Texas, come on up here. Come on up here and explain to Zeus what a black job is.
What's up, Zeus?
Yeah, what's a black job?
Hey man, so check this out. In my town near me, Tyson like foods plant. Okay, they're situated in between what's considered two hoods. Okay, so like it's where Section 8 and where MLK meet. Okay, and so basically that's where all of the folks from Section 8 and all of the folks from MLK Drive, that's where they all work.
Okay, so East Texas. Good. Thank you for putting the address on it. So what you're saying is Tyson Foods
Yep.
has black only jobs.
No, You interrupted me.
Oh,
what I'm saying is that job is the only manufacturing job in that area.
So they're the only business that hires blacks.
No, it's the only factory in this small town.
Okay. So black jobs are factory jobs.
Nope.
Well, what the heck are you trying to say?
Well, you keep cutting me off, Zeus, and won't let me speak.
Okay, maybe you're not. Maybe I'm not asking your question. Or asking the question. What job is Donald Trump talking about that exists that hires only black people?
There is no job that only hires. So what Donald Trump is referring to is the black workforce. He's not talking about a specific job.
Okay.
He's not. It's not like The View where they talk about we should let illegal immigrants in here because you don't want to be cleaning your own toilet, do you?
So when he says black jobs, he's talking about the black workforce.
Yes.
Okay. And you said the black workforce belongs in factory jobs out there where you're at, correct?
Nope. I just said that Tyson is the best opportunity for people to have gainful employment in my small town. You know, and it doesn't help. I can show you on Google Earth right now where Tyson built an entire trailer park to house a bunch of, they moved Burmese people into the city.
Can I ask you another question?
Away from the current citizens.
Can I ask you, okay, so now that you've kind of made that clear, what are white jobs?
Jobs held by white people.
Like what?
Like Tyson too. Like Walmart. Like any job. It doesn't matter. Like, so when you making a big deal out of black jobs,
so black jobs are white jobs? Black jobs are white jobs?
Yes.
Then why didn't he just say jobs? Why did he use the word black?
Because he was
being racist. You know that.
No, because
exactly
he was
why Texas, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, East Texas. Sorry, East Texas. I gotta move on. I've heard enough from you, bro. All right? It's racist what Donald Trump just said. Black jobs. Jobs are jobs. You get up here and you try to make it look like black people can only do one thing. Work at Tyson Foods in the hood? Sir, I am royally offended with your racist rhetoric. I expected better out of you. You should have came in the box and said, Zeus, Trump was wrong. All right, there's no such thing as black jobs. He was just being a racist and a bigot. But instead, you got up here and tried to defend it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what we got to do. Join me in giving East Texas and his cult leader, Donald J. Trump, what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. Someone, okay. All right, someone in the chat, you know, I see there's some dissension in my audience right now. All right, let me go ahead and address the dissension.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
That's
if
right.
You're not.
I refuse to allow you Trump supporters to be victims around me. Unfortunately, Biden had a bad day perhaps, but not Zeus. Absolutely not. You are all part of an evil cult and you're doing demonic devil work out here. And I'm going to have to keep bringing that demon and calling him out every step of the way. All right. And that's how this story will go. Someone put in the chat, they said, Zeus, what did Donald Trump lie about? Well, I already told over 30 lies. I mean, one of the lies that he said, though, ladies and gentlemen, this one took the cake from when I was watching the debate. When this lie came out of Donald J. Trump's mouth, I darn near fell off the couch. You should have seen it. I said, my dog looked at me and he said, are you okay, Zeus? I said, yes, I'm okay. All right. I had to say that to the dog because this lie was so outrageous. More than halfway into the presidential debate, President Joe Biden took a swing at former President Donald Trump by bringing up his long list of legal woes and criminal allegations. All right. And listen to what he said. Listen to what President Biden, or as they like to call him, Sleepy Joe. Listen to what Sleepy Joe said to the former president, right? And this is the only thing, honestly, when Joe Biden said this, I said, Joe Biden, go back to the White House. You're done. Thank you for saying this to Donald Trump on national television, President Biden. Thank you so much.
The crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
He told him you have the morals of an alley cat. This is what Joe Biden said to the former president. And you can see Donald Trump's facial reactions to everything Joe Biden was saying. And Donald Trump was melting like a small little man. All right. And I said, now that we got you right where we want you, Donald Trump, what is going to be your answer, right? For all of these crimes you're being charged with, for these women that are coming out saying you essayed them, all right, especially E. Jean Carroll, who you got to pay, especially for the defamation, and the situation that happened in New York with Alvin Bragg and Stormy. What are you going to say, Donald Trump? And this is what Donald Trump said after Joe Biden listed all of the crimes and dirty deeds that he had been participating in. This is what this deranged MAGA demon says. Listen to what he says.
Give him an answer.
I didn't have sex with a porn star.
Wait.
Number one.
Give him an answer.
I didn't have sex with a porn star. Number one. Number two, that was a...
Give him an answer.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, he lied and said he did not have, I can't even say it on TikTok, any encounter with Stormy Daniels. As if, what an insult to our intelligence. As if what happened in New York, that criminal trial, 20 witnesses testified, most of them his witnesses, people who used to work with him, all confirmed this man cheated on his wife with Stormy Daniels. And for him to be able to get out there on national television and lie like that, I would have the same facial expressions President Biden had. How could you get out there? No wonder Melania didn't show up. Did anyone notice Melania didn't show up yesterday? At least after the debate, you saw Jill Biden walk out, grab her husband. When the debate was over, no one came out to grab Donald. No one came out. Not even Melania. I wonder why. I'll tell you why. Thank you, Moo the Tuxedo, for the subscription. I wonder why. I'll tell you why. Because she knows, like we all do, he's no good and a liar. He has the morals of an alley cat, like President Biden said. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump once again another round of boos and shame. Yeah.
You never
Right. I got this lady in my chat, Tina. She says Dems are embarrassing. All right. And then I'm going to invite her to come up here and explain why Dems are embarrassing. And what she's going to do is she's going to decline the invitation because she doesn't want to get in the box and embarrass herself. Because this is what happens when you ask the MAGA demon to come to the light. Come to the light, Tina. Tell us why the Dems are embarrassing while you continue to give a full-throated endorsement to Donald J. Trump for all the things that he's done. I guarantee you won't come in the box and defend him because you know that'll be also like embarrassing yourself and telling every man in your life that, hey, whatever Donald Trump does to his wife is acceptable for you to do to me. And I don't think you want to really have that conversation with Big Zeus. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving another MAGA demon what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. Come in the box, Tina. They don't want to do it. Texas, you stay right where you're at, Texas. Don't worry, I'll get to you when the box is open, all right? I am not done settling the score with you, you MAGA demon. I just got other things to cover before we get up out of here. All right, there's a couple of more topics, and then I want to bring up, we're going to round the corner and talk about our beloved topic, all right? You know exactly what that is. It turns out Jack Smith has once again shown some evidence about just how dangerous MAGA continues to be. This is why I say the biggest threat to our democracy is MAGA. It's Donald Trump and his cult, all right? On Wednesday, the DOJ Special Counsel Jack Smith made a new argument to impose a gag order on former President Donald Trump in his classified documents case by displaying unaliving threats from his most ardent supporters. He attempted to justify his demand for the order by showing some of the most egregious, unaliving threats his supporters are making to judges and prosecutors. He is seeking to prevent the ex-president from lying about the FBI agents intending to unalive him and his family during the DOJ's 22 search for those classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago case. In his filing, he showed U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon, whom Trump appointed to the federal judiciary in 2020, the threats to Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis, and Manhattan Supreme Court Judge Arthur Engoron. Ladies and gentlemen, they described these threats as vile, and Smith said the gag order was necessary as his rhetoric could pose a significant, imminent, and foreseeable danger to the law enforcement professionals. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what this is about. Donald Trump and his supporters are the biggest threat to our democracy. They don't even respect law enforcement. They like to say they back the blue, but every time you look at the news, you look at social media, and you hear Donald Trump, what are they doing? They're attacking the blue. These folks are not patriots. They're traitors. And guess what that means? Join me in sending Donald Trump and his so-called patriots who are really traitors straight to the pits of hell where they belong by helping me give them another round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence! You never demon!
You know what? You know what I started to think, to the Trump supporters who thought they were going to come into this live and see Zeus crying. Sorry to let you down. Told you I was going to ruin your morning. It's going to take a lot more than that to get me off of your you-know-what, MAGA. As far as I'm concerned, all you did was wake the demon up, all right? The demon is woke, and I'm coming for you, all right? Moving on. What else did I want to cover, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah. This is something else that I wanted to bring up to MAGA, all right? Investigation reveals James Comer sent thousands of emails using a fake name. Wow. You see how we catch MAGA in their schemes? Can you say scheme, MAGA? Can you say scheme? House Oversight and Reform Committee Chairman James Comer was exposed Thursday for sending thousands of emails using two addresses listed to fake names. The information came from a Freedom of Information Act request made by the Daily Beast senior political reporter Roger Solenberg. Taking on the ex-Solenberger wrote that while working as the Kentucky Agricultural Commissioner, Comer used the two email aliases to send between 1,600 and 2,700 emails. At least some of them involved secret businesses he did with China. Can you believe this? He has connections to China. This is the same man who's supposed to be impeaching President Biden for having these connections with China. Now we find out it's the emails with aliases. He's the one that's actually guilty of it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I mean. Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. In previous communications, you were advised that more than 1,591 parent emails containing 199 attachments had been identified as possibly related to your request. Read the letter. During a subsequent search, we found an additional 2,716 emails and attachments possibly related to your request. We intended to produce the attachment to all emails on or before July 5th, 2024. Nevertheless, per 21 Ord 045N3, and as a sign of good faith, that department is not intending to delay access to those records. We are today providing you with the emails that were discovered during our initial search and the second batch of 2,716 emails, most of which are duplicates, and therefore we are providing those as a separate PDF. Ladies and gentlemen, the news shocked legal analysts. All right? You wrote a couple thousand emails using an alias while doing secret business with China, James Comer. Wow. This is why I say what I say. I don't take what MAGA says to me very seriously, because the only thing I keep in mind when they say it is pretty much they're confessing their crimes, their dirty deeds every time they try to say Joe Biden or some Democrat has done it. So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in giving James Comer what he deserves. A round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Listen, all right, listen, we're riding this ship and we're going to make sure Joe Biden gets reelected at all costs. As long as he's in the race, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, Joe Biden will be the one we're pushing to get reelected, because obviously putting a wolf in the hen house, I have to use that narrative, reelecting Donald Trump, allowing him whether you're going to vote for Donald Trump directly or you're going to do it indirectly by voting for someone other than Joe Biden. It's equivalent to letting a wolf in the hen house. You can't let a wolf in the hen house and then turn around and start crying that the wolf is having his way with all the hens and destroying everything, and now there's nothing you can do. You let the wolf in, all right, because of your feelings. Don't let your feelings control you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a serious race about appointing justices on the Supreme Court. All right. Now, before we round the corner and wrap this show up, you know exactly what we got to talk about. Once again, we got another MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen, to send straight to the pits of hell. And you know what this is about? This is about what happened on January 6th. All right. So before I cover January 6th, I just got to ask the question again. Is there anyone that still believes Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Is there anyone out there that still believes that the 2020 election was rigged the way Donald Trump describes it? All right. Does anyone out there still believe it? Oh, yes. Yes. Come on up here. Yes. Come on up here. Bay Area ballers, come on up here and explain to Zeus why you still believe Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged. All right, I don't got all morning. Yes, I'm voting for Grandpa Biden too. Oh, okay, we have someone else. S. Millwood, come on up here if you don't mind. I sent you an invitation. Could you explain to Zeus and everyone else who's here why you still believe Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged? I don't know if you all heard Donald Trump yesterday, but he didn't answer any of the important questions. They asked him, will you accept the results of the election this time around? The first time he was asked a question, from what I recall, he skirted around it, right? And he said, I want to readdress something Joe Biden said. He didn't want to answer it. They let him play around and they said, sir, with all due respect, will you accept the results of the election this time? And he once again did exactly what he did last time. As long as it's fair and legal, I'll accept it. And I said, wow. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because he's not going to accept the results if he loses, which we all know is going to happen. I say, okay, this guy is the biggest threat to our democracy, ladies and gentlemen. So now that no one wants to come up in the box and explain why they still believe that Donald Trump's claim that it was rigged, why they still believe it. Is there anyone out there that still believes it? Does anyone still believe this before I move on?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Does anyone still believe that? I'm asking seriously. Does anyone believe Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged? Oh, Carrie Greenwood, come on up here. There, yeah. Oh, you don't even have enough, Carrie. All right. No, conservative, you're the biggest threat to democracy. All right? You are. You and all of your little cult-like soldiers of Donald Trump's. Yeah. Hi, Zeus. I'm glad. Okay, Team MAGA Mall, come on up here. You can't come up here either. So none of you want to come up here and explain why you still believe Joe Biden's claim that the 2020 presidential election was rigged. So how about this? Let me explain it all to you Trump supporters. Take a look at this graph of the stock market while Donald Trump was in office. And as you can see, it's crashing. All right. The writing was on the wall in 2020. All right. That Donald Trump wasn't going to get reelected. It wasn't because of the debates. It was because of what was going on in this country. The pandemic was tearing this country apart. Millions of Americans were losing their lives, stock market crashing, gas prices at a record low. They bottomed out like they've never bottomed out before. And you had the commander-in-chief, the one that you saw on the debate stage yesterday, lying his rear end off. You had that same knucklehead in the White House lying his rear end off, trying to save his presidency. And he lied about the dangers of this nasty virus to the American people. All right? And so when the election results came out, ladies and gentlemen, instead of conceding to Joe Biden, all right, which he's going to end up having to do again, right? Instead of conceding to President Biden, what did deranged Donald J. Trump do? Well, I'll tell you what he did, ladies and gentlemen. Please Please bear with me. I'll tell you what he did. Hold on just one quick second. I'll tell you what this MAGA demon did, and this is exactly what he's going to do in the event he loses. All right, and this is what he did. He came out, and instead of conceding, he did this.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard.
So what he's doing is casting doubt in the mind of his soldiers. And I say soldiers because they really are the modern day Confederate soldiers. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, January 6th was an attempt by Donald Trump and his supporters to take away women's right and reinstitute slavery. That's what MAGA wants to do. So now that he's got a little doubt placed in the minds of his supporters, what does Donald Trump do next, ladies and gentlemen? He does a Houdini magic trick.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped.
Lies.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Just because you say it with confidence doesn't make it true. America, understand me when I say this. Donald Trump is a confident liar. He's really good at this. But just because he says it with confidence doesn't make it true. Don't fall for the okie doke, okay? So this is what he did. He convinced his supporters to become his soldiers and to believe that they actually won the election that they really lost. So what happens next, ladies and gentlemen? You guessed it. You guessed it. He decides to engage. Oh, hold on one second. He decides to engage in this thing that I like to call the perfect phone call. You remember this perfect phone call, ladies and gentlemen? You remember this?
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right. That's the perfect phone call. See, that's a scheme, MAGA. Can you say scheme, MAGA? Because this is what Donald Trump does. He's scheming because he can't win based on the merits. All right. So now that he has his soldiers radicalized and ready to go to war for him, what does he do, ladies and gentlemen? Well, he lures them to Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen. All right. And you know how he did it. This is how he did it. All right. Hold on one quick second. This is how he does it. All right. Make no mistake, this really happened. Attention! This is what he says. All you Trump supporters, I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very, very angry and upset. What I need you all to do is to send me your money, all right? And then I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at this big protest I'm throwing at an event I'm hosting called Stop the Steal. Big protest. Be there, will be wild, right? And you all said, well, that's an opportunity we can't pass, right? An opportunity to be wet and wild with our daddy. And so what did the Trump supporters do, ladies and gentlemen? They had to figure out a way to get to Washington, D.C. And you know what they all decided to do? Jump in the back of one of these U-Hauls to go meet their Lord and Savior, their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, in Washington, D.C. And this is the funny thing, right? I said, there's just no way a bunch of grown men would cram themselves in the back of a U-Haul. But they did. And we got them on camera doing it. Look at who was in the back of the U-Haul, ladies and gentlemen. A bunch of white supremacists. You know who that is, right? The Patriot Front, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, the Oath Keepers. All heading to Washington, D.C. to stop the steal. Whatever that means, right? This group didn't make it. They got pulled over by law enforcement, all right? And they're being prosecuted like you wouldn't believe it, all right? But there were some who made it, obviously, and those are the ones we're talking about. So let's talk about the ones who made it, ladies and gentlemen. When they got to D.C., we all remember what happened, right? They received orders from Lieutenant Marjorie, I call her Marjorie Trader Green, all right? And we all suspect she might have been the one who planted those bombs around the Capitol. Just take a look at those shoes, all right? Take a look at the shoes. So when they get to the Capitol, they wait for Marjorie Trader Green to give them an update on what to do. And listen to what Marjorie told these Trump supporters on January 6th.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
Right? So she's telling MAGA, get ready to go inside of the United States Capitol and place a dagger at the throat of our democracy for Donald Trump. This is what happened, all right? So now that they're primed and ready to go attack the Capitol, all they're waiting on is the order from their commander-in-chief, the modern-day Jefferson Davis, right? The leader of the Confederate soldiers, a.k.a. Donald J. Trump. So let's take a moment to go to the White House, ladies and gentlemen, and hear what Donald Trump was doing on January 6th. He goes into the office and he sees his vice president at the time, Mike Pence, and he says, Pence, old buddy, old pal, I got everything in place. I got that fake elector scheme in place. All right, can you say scheme, MAGA? MAGA, can you say scheme? He says, I got that little fake elector scheme in place. All right, all I need you to do is I don't need you to certify those votes for Joe Biden. All right? Can you do that for me, Pence? Pence grew a little spine that day, and he said, Mr. President, unfortunately, I can't do that for you, because in order for me to do that, it would require me to place you above the United States Constitution, a document that our founding fathers and the framers fought and bled for, a document that even to this day, Americans continue to fight and bleed for. And frankly, I don't think anyone asking me to do such a thing is fit to be president of the United States of America. Donald Trump leans in to Mike Pence. He violates his airspace, breath smelling like Big Macs and Diet Coke. And he says, you know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. And he calls him the nasty P word. The same P words you Christians heard him using in the Access Hollywood tape. Yeah. And he says, you know what, Pence, I'll take care of this myself. Security. And then he asks the Secret Service to take him to the Ellipse to go be with his soldiers that day. And then we all know what happened, right? Secret Service says, sir, I don't think you should go there. Those folks are armed. They got weapons. They got baseball bats. They got metal whips and chains. And they even got this thing called demon spray. He says, what's demon spray? And they go, oh, it's something you put a little bear spray in, a little wasp spray, a little pepper spray, and you put some orange coloring into it, and then you say a little seance over it. And what happens is when you spray people with it, the MAGA demon jumps inside of them. Donald Trump says, wow, they got all of that? Yes, Mr. President. And he says, I don't care. Take me to be with my soldiers at the Ellipse. Yes, Mr. President, we will take you there. And we all remember what happened, right? We all saw this moment in American history when Donald J. Trump got on the stage at the Ellipse. Look at him wearing that trench coat and those leather gloves. We know leather gloves mean crime, right, ladies and gentlemen? We know that, right? Think about OJ. And when I saw this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I said, you won't believe it, but this isn't going to end well at all. This man is about to commit a crime. I saw it a mile, actually 10 miles away. I said, wow, he's going to follow through with this crime, all right, this assault on our democracy. And he did. He got on stage and he encouraged his soldiers to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
That's Donald Trump encouraging his soldiers to get ready to go attack our United States Capitol. And so you got to ask yourself, what was going on in the minds of his supporters that day? I said, well, you got to listen to the rhetoric that was being spewed on that stage, right? They heard things like this.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
So, let's have trial by combat.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
So, let's have trial by combat.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Can you believe he was saying this while we were in a nasty pandemic? This is what he was telling his supporters to do. This is what his supporters are going to try to do again. This was a crime scene, ladies and gentlemen. And his supporters were radicalized by his lies and evil rhetoric. How many of you remember this soldier of his right here? This is Ashley Babbitt, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ashley Babbitt on a hot mic, ladies and gentlemen, allowing the MAGA demon to take over her body, right? Listen to the rhetoric that she says, all right? And this is a woman that was at the United States Capitol on January 6th. Listen to what she was saying.
District, why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant came out. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. If people can't get to work, our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
Capitol and the mob, there's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump.
Yeah, that's Ashley Babbitt, radicalized by Donald Trump and his rhetoric, right-wing talking points. And we all remember, ladies and gentlemen, what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? You remember this moment right before she lost her life? See, that's the moment right before Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield because she chose to believe Donald Trump and his big lie, the lie that got her to go to the United States Capitol, right? The lie that got her to join a mob of Trump supporters, a sea of red, white, and blue patriots, and that same mob that had her inside of the Capitol. Okay, despite the fact that it was closed and it was illegal to be there, she trespassed and went in there in an attempt to overthrow the United States government on Donald J. Trump's behalf. She lost her life in the battlefield, ladies and gentlemen. This is a woman that Donald Trump should have protected, but he failed to protect. Right? And what did Donald Trump do, ladies and gentlemen, after Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield? Does anyone know what Donald Trump did after Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Does anyone know what he did? I'll tell you what he did, all right? Nada, exactly. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen.
Information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
He had no response to Ashley Babbitt losing her life in the battlefield. This is the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, that millions of Americans remember. This wasn't a peaceful protest like BLM. This wasn't a little tourist visit that had gone awry This was a crime scene. This was a dereliction of duty. 187 minutes of inaction by Donald J. Trump. All right? And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have another update about another MAGA demon that has been brought to justice. All right, here we go. Look at this MAGA demon. A man who harassed police officers testifying in the January 6 cases is arrested on Capitol attack charges. A man known for publicly harassing police officers who testified in the January 6 cases has been arrested in connection with his own involvement in the 2021 attack on the United States Capitol. Tommy Tatum, who has also provided trial testimony on behalf of a January 6 defendant, was arrested in Mississippi according to court records. He is charged with civil disorder by obstructing, impeding, or interfering with law enforcement officers engaged in official duties, a felony, as well as misdemeanor counts. Tatum had been frequently present at vigils outside of the jail in Washington, D.C., where some of the J6 defendants were being held, and he has also harassed officers who were testifying during the Capitol attacks. Last year, he was a witness for another J6 defendant who assaulted police officers and then represented himself on trial. This defendant was convicted and sentenced to 33 months in federal prison in February and is incarcerated in Minnesota. Tatum was on the west front of the United States Capitol and on the front line as pro-Trump mob chased down outnumbered police officers on January 6. He eventually made his way to the Lower West Tunnel, where some of the worst violence of the day took place. Quote, "Take their helmets, take their helmets, take their helmets," Tatum said in a video he posted of his activities on January 6th. In an interview with NBC News, he said he yelled that because law enforcement officers, quote, "were spraying us with deadly gas. And in my mind, I'm thinking if they take their helmets off, maybe they'll stop spraying." See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I am talking about. These Trump supporters, they don't care about respecting law enforcement. They don't care about backing the blue. All they care about is attacking the blue, right? And so with that, let's help this MAGA demon get to where they want to be, which is, jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell. Like I say, that's the ultimate MAGA reward. First of all, join me in giving Tommy Tatum what he deserves. A round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That's number one. And since he wanted to be a soldier in the Confederate so bad, let's send him off the old-fashioned way. Bye, Tommy.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Do you hear that? You are all getting played like a fiddle by no one other than this guy, Donald J. Trump. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this man is a successful ringmaster. I've never seen anybody run a circus the way this man does. And people say, well, why do you say it's a circus, Zeus? Well, look at him. He does exactly what a clown does. You saw his makeup yesterday? This guy wakes up every day and does exactly what a clown does. He puts makeup on his face like a clown and paints it orange. Ooh, don't I look so good? Clown wears a wig. He puts the same bird's nest right there on his head. Right? A clown got that thing on its waist with that ridiculous suit. He does the same thing. He got those diapers on and he puts on that crumpled blue suit with that ridiculous tie, and he gets on his social media platform and he lies. And you all buy into it. You all buy into his lies. He got y'all out here wearing golden shoes. He's got you buying Trump stock. He's got you going to his Trump University. All right, Trump steaks. Everything he can think of to make some money off of you, he's doing it, and he's very successful, ladies and gentlemen. You're right. They like to say the rest of the world is laughing at the United States. No, the rest of the world is laughing at MAGA. We're laughing at MAGA because, as far as we're concerned, you're the biggest suckers out there. And I'm saying that very lightly because I don't even like to say things like that, but you are. You sit around and you complain about immigration and the economy while you're sending this man, who's supposedly a wealthy billionaire, all your money. And now you're out here trying to act like you care about President Biden because of the debate. That's not true. You're in it for yourselves, and we all know what you're trying to do. You're looking for whatever way you can to put this clown back in office. And I got some bad news for you, MAGA. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get this. That concludes my monologue. Now let's open up these boxes. Let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave, and I do say brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, all right? And you know the rules. You got to come in here with facts. The box is open, all right? And you can talk about whatever you want with Zeus today. Please, MAGA, bring up Joe Biden's debate performance. Just come into the box right now and let's have that honest conversation about Joe Biden's debate performance. I'm ready for it, all right? A lot of people, you should have seen it, ladies and gentlemen. I got a lot of people sending me messages yesterday and they go, "Oh, Zeus, you need to calm down now on that support for Joe Biden and go easy on MAGA." And I said, absolutely not. There's nothing you can say, MAGA, to get me to go and vote for that guy that was lying about hooking up with Stormy Daniels, falsifying his business records to try to cover it up so he could beat Hillary Clinton. The same man who led an insurrection? Oh no, it's going to take a lot more than Joe Biden being tired to get me to do that, MAGA. I'm just being honest with you, all right? And to the American people, I want you to think real deeply and powerfully. Think to yourself, are we ready to deal with Donald J. Trump? Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Let's start it off with one of the most known MAGA demons out there.
Yes,
Snuggles,
that was
good
a
morning.
long monologue, bro. But at the end of the day, you're losing, bro.
Wait, hold on.
You lost this debate, bro. You lost.
What? How?
Bro, right from the beginning. CNN, I mean, after the debate, CNN was lost, bro. They were like, what the hell are we going to do? Who are you going to bring in, though? Biden's done. What's the next presidential candidate you guys going to bring in? I'm so excited to hear this.
What else do you got? I'm not really worried about
who are they going to replace, bro? Because Biden's done.
No, he's not.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
No.
This week.
What
you
did?
support elderly abuse?
No. Okay, now hold on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What have you been right about since I've known you, Snuggles? What have you been right about?
Told me
I've been right more than you. The way that I see it,
Snuggles.
Snuggles.
The president has nothing to do with inflation, and Biden was explaining inflation to Trump. So please explain that.
Listen, yeah. I will agree with you. Yeah. Biden looked a little tired yesterday. I'll agree with you on that. But can I say this?
He was tired for 4 years, bro.
No. Can I say this, though? Can I say this?
What?
You know what he's been doing, though, right? What does Donald Trump do? What does Donald Trump do all day besides go to these rallies and post on social media? What does he do?
All he does is win, bro. He's going to come back and win.
No, you're not answering my question, bro. What does Donald Trump honestly do? Because I know what Joe Biden has been doing. He's been representing our country domestically and abroad.
Really?
He's been dealing with his son, Hunter Biden's situation.
After that debate,
he's been battling. Listen. He's been battling these Republicans in Congress. He's still been
not at the debate, bro.
He's been passing. Listen. He's been passing executive orders to try to address the immigrant. Listen.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
The man is what? 80 plus years old. Doesn't it make sense?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make sense to you that perhaps he's actually tired?
Not really. After that debate, he couldn't even explain his policies and how they work for the country, and he didn't explain how to help.
No. Actually, he did. I don't know if you got. I don't know. I don't know if you've listened to the fact checking, but they said Donald Trump was the one that really couldn't. He was lying.
Oh, really? By the border, he talked about the border people endorsing Biden. Biden said they endorsed me, and then I find out the next day that the border didn't endorse him. They don't want him.
Okay. And what about Melania?
It's important that
what about Melania? Listen. Are you really trying to say? Wait a second. Hold on. Right. Are you trying to say Donald or Joe Biden isn't a credible person?
No.
So you care about credibility?
Well,
all of a sudden,
Melania? What are you talking about, Melania?
Wait. I just want to address the credibility. You do understand Donald Trump lied a lot more than Trump yesterday. So if we're talking about credibility, Donald Trump has less credibility than Joe Biden. You do know that. So you can't debate on credibility.
Donald Trump established that you guys weaponized. You guys are
Snuggles. I'm just saying. Yes, they both misrepresented the facts. All right, but Donald Trump did it more. So if you're trying to debate on credibility, Donald Trump has less credibility. Okay, great. Where was Melania? Because like I said,
Melania doesn't have to escort him off stage. Miss Biden had to escort him off the stage because he didn't know where he was at.
No, she didn't. Because guess what? Gavin Newsom could have done it if it was about escorting him. Gavin Newsom could have did that. Melania still should have been there, but I'm going to tell you why Melania wasn't there.
Melania was in the back.
No. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. Oh, well, first of all, I'll tell you why. Because she doesn't want to be around this guy that was sleeping with Stormy Daniels.
Bro, you lost, bro. You lost the debate. You got nothing to say. You lost.
Well.
CNN says you lost.
Okay, well, when did you start watching CNN?
Bro, when are you going to get fired from the DNC,
this
bro?
Is what I'm saying, all right? So, Snuggles, I got some bad news for you, bro. Listen.
I got bad news for you, bro.
You see how I gave you your 3 minutes,
Who's your
Snuggles?
replacement, Democrat?
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving that deranged MAGA demon Snuggles what he deserves. I'm sending them straight to hell. Nothing has changed. Join me in giving Snuggles a round of booze and shame. Snuggles, you're on your way to hell, bro.
Silence! You never demon!
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Yeah. Now let's keep moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along, all right? Who wants to come up next? All right. We have a lot of interesting panelists that want to come up here. Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting them all, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting them all. All right. Who do we got next? Let's go. Good morning to Keisha. What do you got for us?
Hey, Zeus. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs.
Okay, let me say this. Yes, we were a little disappointed. In the performance last night because we all were, looking for the State of the Union Joe Biden.
Right.
But our grandmothers get old. They get forgetful. We don't take them down as the matriarch of the family. Because with old age comes slowing down and you forgetting your thoughts and stuff like that.
Right.
That's called getting old. I forget my thoughts and I'm only 49, so I'm not going to even worry about that. But when you have a person that tell the same lie and lies for 4 whole years, how can they forget them? What new thing did Donald Trump say that he hasn't been saying for the past 4 years? So if you're repeating the same thing for 4 years, of course you're going to be stern on it. And of course you're not going to forget it. Because you're a pathological liar. That's all you do. You a liarholic. You need to go to Liars Anonymous and get yourself some help. Because that's all he did was stood up there and lied. I was mad that CNN didn't allow fact checking. So it made it seem like he was up there telling the truth when everybody with common sense, and I say that again, common sense, knew he was lying about a whole lot of stuff.
Tell him, Takesha. Tell him.
One thing I did notice is that he didn't have his cocaine fix yesterday because he didn't do any of that sniffing. Did you know?
Wow, yeah, I noticed.
He didn't
Yeah.
sniff at all, Zeus. So that means he didn't have his cocaine fixed.
Oh.
And that's why he was calm like he was. You've never seen him shut up when people tell him to because he's an outrageous lunatic. So what I do know is he didn't snort that cocaine yesterday. And that's probably why he was calm.
Lord have mercy. You think he was on that stuff?
You know he on cocaine. Quit playing with me. Anybody that go around sniffing like he do like a bloodhound, yeah, he on cocaine.
Lord have
What
mercy.
I'm trying to say is this. Yeah, Joe Biden lost the debate. Whoop, did doggone do. I wouldn't care if Joe Biden was on hospice. And we had to bring him in the White House in a hospital bed. He had to sign his name with an X. I still would not vote for Donald Trump.
Hey.
What's a black job? If they can get up here and tell me what's a black job. And then did you not catch the part when he said they were spending money and then he stopped because he was finna get ready to say N-I-G-G-A-S?
Yeah.
Did you catch that part?
Wait, say it again.
He said they were just spending money fast and he was finna say the word.
Wow.
He is a racist piece of trash.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna go out today and see what he black jobs at. You know, jobs that just for black.
You heard East Texas come up here and try to describe what black jobs
East Texas need to go have several seats. Stop lying. Admit that he's a racist. Support who you want to support. Just say, hey, I support a racist. And leave it at that.
Yep.
But enough is enough.
Yeah. Tell them, Takesha. They know it. And we're exposing these MAGA demons in real time. All right.
But I don't know. When you go to the ballot box, Zeus, is a question on there who won the debate?
No.
Oh, so it don't matter.
What do you say to these folks out here that watched the debate and they go, you know what? I think I can do 4 more years of Donald Trump because, yeah, I don't want a president that looks tired like Joe Biden, looks like he's weak like Joe Biden. What do you say to those folks?
Let me say this, Zeus. When I do a lot of work in the house, I'm tired. So I look tired. I would rather have a president that looks tired because he is tired, because he does a lot and he's got a lot on him. Whenever a president get in office and they gray a little because they dealing with a lot of stuff while they're in office, they come out looking a little older. Look at Obama. He went in with black hair. He came out with white hair. Trump still look the same because he ain't did a damn thing. Excuse me for the cussing.
No.
Did nothing while he was in office. That's why he came out a little oranger with the same color hair. He keep dying and he looking spunky because he's done nothing.
Bingo! Let's go, Takesha. Hit him with it.
So yeah, we gonna keep biting, and we gonna keep him. We gonna push him right on in there. Like you said, we got to push him in a wheelchair or a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, we ain't
right
getting
on in there.
Tell him, Takesha, go for it.
Guess what the blessing is behind it?
Talk to him.
If he can't serve his term, we'll have our first black woman.
You spilled the beans, Takesha. That's what I've been trying to say.
Yeah. That is the reward.
That's what I've been trying to say. Oh my God. Thank you, Takesha. Seriously. All right, because God knows Kamala Harris would definitely do an excellent job standing in the gap if necessary. Correct?
And what woman don't support her husband?
Amen.
Where's Ivanka? Where's Jared? Where was Big Teeth Eric? Where was Sniffing Dunn Jr.? Where were they?
Yeah. Tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we getting it right today, ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't got no family to support you. Go have several seats, leaky cheek.
Yeah.
Now I done got mad.
Thank you, Takesha. But thank you for showing up and showing out. These Trump supporters, they thought we were going to lay down today and just let them have their way with us out here. And you and I and everyone else here are standing up saying absolutely not.
We ain't laying down today because we laid down last night and got up ready for y'all.
Bingo! You Trump supporters, y'all didn't mess. Talk to him, Takesha. Go ahead.
Laying down, but then when I heard your last person, I don't even, call his name.
Yeah, the MAGA demon.
Talked about me in that video. I don't fool with him. But Zeus, I had to sit up. I sat up like implanted breast.
Yeah.
And I was ready for it.
Let's go. Let's go. This is a rally cry for the Democrats. Thank you, Joe Biden, for making it real clear what needs to be done. You can go ahead and take a seat on the bench, President Biden, and you let us get in here and put those points on the stat board, all right?
You'll be your strength, Biden.
Yep. Tell him, Takesha.
All right, Zeus.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. No lies detected. This is a battle for the strong, not the weak, all right? No one said it was going to be easy defeating the cult, all right? But if you understand what's really at stake, you understand, you know what? We got to take care of business no matter who is in the game, all right? If you're in the game, play your role, and that's that. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen, all right? We're going to try to mix it up. We got a good balance today, ladies and gentlemen. We honestly do. I think we got some opposition up here, and we're going to have folks in here who's standing on business like us. Your Majesty, aka Tank Top Tom.
Oh, we know you're
East
crying
Texas, I'm not
inside.
scared. You're gonna
Zeus.
come back up here, East Texas. I'm not scared of any of you traitors. No.
We know you're
All right.
crying on the inside. Come on now.
Why would I cry?
Because everything we've been saying about Biden was proven.
Everything? Now that's a tall order, bro.
About him being old, about him being decrepit, about him being in mental decline.
Sir, Tom.
See, and you're making excuses for him, but if we had made
I'm
those
just
same
gonna let you say
excuses
what you
about
gotta
Trump,
say. You got
you
3
would
minutes.
be, oh no, those are just excuses.
Okay. Have I ever said Biden wasn't old? Are you shocked that he's old?
But you failed to understand he's in mental decline.
How did you come to that conclusion? Do you see all the
Does he
work
have
that-
dementia?
Wait, no. Are you a doctor?
See, there you go, right there. You just said no. Yes, he does.
No,
it was proven last night.
Show me the proof.
It was proven last night.
How do you know he just wasn't tired of winning? Look at all the things. You hear me at the top of the show.
You're making excuses for him.
Your Majesty.
You're making excuses for him. Come on now. You know you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Was he sick last night?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Did he give the performance I wanted him to do? Absolutely not. But does it
Even
make sense?
the professional political people are saying he's done. The career political people are saying he's done.
Who?
Everybody on CNN panel,
when did you start
other
listening
major
to,
political
listen.
people, analysis, everybody is saying he's done.
If I bring something from CNN, you're going to accept it as true now?
No, hey, I'm just saying, you guys believe CNN, and CNN is saying he's done.
No. See, you're not answering my question. You know what I don't like about folks like you?
I don't care. You lost last night. Admit it. You lost last night. Biden is done. They are going to replace him.
Tom, you know what it is? All of a sudden, you trust CNN. You trust CNN now, right?
No, I don't trust CNN. But I heard them say that their guy
But you're missing the point.
I heard them say their guy is done.
They can say whatever they want to say. That's opinion. Then you do know the media has gotten things wrong before, correct? Remember Fox News?
But if they had said the same thing about Trump, you'd be like, "See, we told you Trump is done."
I thought you had more information than this.
Honestly,
What else? Listen, you got a minute left.
Your guy is done.
Tom, you got a minute left.
Your guy is done. Admit it.
I'm not going to admit that. Biden is
because
still
you can't.
strong.
You know you can't, because if you admit it, we were right about everything.
No, if it was true, I would admit it. But I can't admit it because look at your guy.
You can't. Your whole show is based upon you being right, and you're wrong.
You think I'm wrong?
I know you're wrong. You're wrong about everything you say.
You got a minute left, Tom. Besides Biden being old, what else? Nothing.
What do you mean?
Right?
What else?
You don't got anything else.
I'm still waiting for the proof of where. What?
No. See how I exposed you?
I'm still waiting for you to back up your crap. Back up your crap. Back up your crap. Show proof of anything you're talking about. Show proof of anything you're talking about.
Tank Top Tom.
Show proof.
I'm giving you the last of your time. Besides President Biden.
Back up your stuff. Back up anything you say. Back it up. Just once. Just once. Back up one thing. Back up one thing.
Here you go.
Back up one thing.
Go for it.
Back up one thing.
See, I thought you wanted a conversation.
No, you can't have a conversation with me. Or we can't have a conversation. You don't want a conversation. You want to be right.
This is the MAGA demon, ladies and
You're not going to embarrass me, Zeus. You can't embarrass me. So you can play all the music you want.
Yeah, your time's
You were
up,
wrong.
Tom.
You won't back up anything you say. Come on now. Everything you say is your opinion.
I said, Tom.
Everything you say is your opinion.
He doesn't got anything. You know what,
I don't
Tom?
have to have anything. You're making the claims you make on your show every single day. Back it up. Back up what you talk about on your show. Just once.
Right, yeah. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Tiny Tank Top Tom a round of booze and shame, and I'm going to need you all to help me do it. Tiny Tank Top Tom, all you did, and this is what all you Trump supporters are going to try to do. You're going to get in my box and say Joe Biden is old. Try to say he has dementia. Show me the doctor's proof that he has dementia. Oh no, Zeus, just look at his performance. That's not credible evidence. Where's the dirt on Joe Biden? Zeus, just wait for it. Okay, Tom, if you watch the whole debate, besides the fact that he's old, what else? And Tiny Tank Top Tom, he couldn't say anything. He had nothing else to say about the debate other than Joe Biden is old. How pathetic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Tiny Tank Top Tom what he deserves. A round of booze and shame! That's weak, bro. That doesn't move me. Yeah. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, April, how are you doing? Listen, I'm going to go back and forth in terms of trying to, get, different, people's opinions. All right, good morning, April. How are you?
I'm in a little bit of a rage this morning, and the rage is coming against the Democrats.
Talk to us.
I am so pissed off. We got to stop doing this. I've seen so many lives, so many big creators say maybe we need to look at another option. Really, are we going to act like MAGA? Are we going to start dividing the party instead of standing behind the man that's done all this great stuff for us? Really, I'm so peed off at y'all. You're causing division. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, what happened in the debate last night? It wasn't the best performance of Biden's time. We can say that. But do we look at the man of substance that's created all these great legislation and done what because of one bad night? Are you seriously? All Trump did was have another rally. That's
Bingo.
Point blank. That's all he had. The same crap he spews 40 times a week in these damn rallies. He's had plenty of conversations with people saying the same thing. All these interviews, the same thing. He did not answer questions about daycare. He didn't answer questions about the climate. He can't really answer any question about abortion except being for it. You all have got to open your eyes and do not divide this Democrat Party.
Don't do
this
it.
is crazy.
Yeah.
You're fighting us.
Yep.
And we've got to stand behind because of one bad thing. You're going to say, oh, no, he's not fit. He's not fit. Well, I tell you what, sometimes I forget. I go blank in the head. Like, what the heck was I saying? And sometimes I
Amen. Get him, April.
Sometimes I use the wrong vocabulary.
Let's go.
But that does not mean I'm not mentally equipped to deal with the situation. This is so ridiculous. Democrats, stop. And I'm talking to all these creators I've gone on. I've seen all these lives of them saying, well, they've got a chance to put up somebody else. The hell with that. We're sticking with Biden. He's done the right thing. So another thing I need to address.
Talk to him, April.
Supreme Court has been just firing out left and right.
Get him, April.
This is stuff absolutely that's going to affect Trump and have their decision on him on immunity.
MAGA. Wow.
They just brought down and dismissed a charge against the January 6th. They overturned it, a ruling over an January 6th. Fisher, I believe it was the police officer.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
If you all cannot see this, they just brought down a decision about a federal agency.
Wow.
Now giving them, and what do they want to do in 2025? Get rid of all the federal agencies.
Wow.
Things up to Trump. This Supreme Court is working for Trump. It is ridiculous. And if you allow this man to be in one more time,
that's what I'm talking about. Tell him, April.
He's going to add 2 more damn Republicans to the Supreme Court, and he's going to destroy this democracy, this country we have, and you've got to wake up.
Yeah.
He is a racist. He is a fascist. He is a wannabe dictator.
Get him, April! Guilty!
I'm so tired. These Democrats I've been watching this morning,
Get 'em, April.
and all these fake Democrats that come out here that's only been Democrat for like a year because they voted for Trump twice.
Oh,
they voted for Trump twice. They didn't agree then on taking care of women's rights. They didn't care then about protecting the poor and the misfortunate. I'm fed up, y'all. This is time to fight. And you will not separate this party.
Amen.
Do not separate this party. We are going with Joe, and that's who it is.
You see that, Tom?
If we've got to vote for him while he's laying in a bed,
amen.
This is half out on it, hooked up with tubes in his body.
Let's go, April.
For Joe.
Let's go, April.
No doubt.
Keep on cooking.
Woo.
Thank you.
I'm just got so sometimes the rage comes out. I can't help it because I sit back and watch these people try to start division where there's no division.
No division. You want to do division? Get a math book. Tell them, April.
That's it. I mean, here's I come up with 5 reasons.
Ahead. We cooking MAGA
it's
today.
The 5 C's.
Y'all done woke the demons up.
C's.
Get them, April.
Here is my 5 C's. We will not vote for the 5 C's, which is corrupt, criminal, cruel, convicted, or a con man.
Whoa, April, you crushing them. Go ahead and you keep cooking up there, April. We ain't playing around.
Well, I'm mad, Zeus.
Yeah,
I'm usually calm and nice and everything.
Yeah.
But this is a matter of our democracy.
Amen.
And we will be able to vote again.
Amen.
This is ridiculous, y'all.
Amen.
Tell them, April. Stick together, and we fight. If the ship goes down, we all go down together.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, April. You know what you are. You are a beacon of inspiration if I've ever seen one. You're on the same type of time as I am, April. And like Takesha, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't playing with Donald Trump and these supporters. Absolutely not.
We can't. Our democracy, it depends on us.
Yes.
We got to stand firm and stand together.
Amen.
And thank you for letting me vent. Because
no problem.
I was so aggravated this morning.
You did the right thing. Get it off. Get it off. That's what this live is about. Getting the voice out here to the American people so they understand what's at stake. Thank you so much, April. I really do appreciate it. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, give April another round of applause. And look at all that love that you got. Good job, April. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show of force. You thought the Democrats were going to get on TikTok and go, oh, Lord, no, he's old. We been knew he was old. All right? But we also know what this man stands for and what he represents. Joe Biden is a good man. And I'd rather have a good old man in the White House than I got to keep it clean, a raging lunatic, lying individual like Donald J. Trump. Wait, listen, y'all about to get Zeus worked up this morning. I'm trying to keep it clean. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. I'm trying to mix it up. I'm ping-ponging. All right, who do we got? I'm looking for a MAGA demon to bring up. All right, who we got next? Oh, maybe this is a MAGA demon. Texas, I thought you were here. Yeah, Texas. Where are you at, Texas? This is a MAGA demon, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Harry, are you there? It doesn't look like Harry is there, ladies and gentlemen. I guess, April, you scared off a lot of Trump supporters. I had a box full of MAGA in my box, ladies and gentlemen, and it seems they're all terrified. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, and the next MAGA, send a guest request. All right, if you don't like what we're talking about, MAGA, send a guest request. All right, good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Hi, Zeus. Good morning.
Hey, how are you doing? All right. Okay, I'm checking the echo. You're doing good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Tiffany for the people. Let's go. Send a guest request, MAGA, and stop hiding in the chat. Good morning, Tiffany.
Do I have an echo? Am I okay?
No, you're good.
Okay. So I just want to touch on something. In April, yes, I heard everything April said, Takesha, everything. I want to just make something very, very clear. First of all, why do we have more energy for someone's age than we do someone being a blatant, flailing, narcissist, liar, criminal.
Hey!
Huh?
Get them, Tiffany. Tell these people.
I had a whole live last night. Ooh wee, and they were bothered.
Yeah,
they
grapists.
Were so bothered.
Yeah, grapists. Yes.
And my whole thing is, you do not understand how you cannot argue or debate with a narc.
Bingo.
Okay, let's make something very, very clear. Not only was he feeling under the weather, no matter if it was Zeus, no matter if it was me, no matter if it was any of these people on this panel who are
I'm talking about.
Educated and let's just say spicy.
Let's go. Tell them, Tiffany. Get them. They don't get it.
You cannot argue or debate with a narcissist.
You can't.
Because it's too flippant. It's too unpredictable. It's too unhinged. And all they'll do is make you feel crazy and they'll manipulate you.
Right.
And he didn't answer one question last night.
He didn't.
He blatantly lied the entire debate. And I haven't really watched CNN since 2021. But I don't know why there was no fact checking, because that's what he does. And here's the thing.
Get him.
Again, we talk about the power of influence.
Yep.
Trump has the ability to influence even people like us in our minds.
Yep.
Because what you see happening in real time is that people are starting to go with the whole old narrative versus calling him out and holding him accountable for what
Bingo! Tell them, Tiffany. They think this is a game. We're not playing with you, Trump supporters. Now they all of a sudden want to say Biden is old. We knew he was old. But the lies that Donald Trump told yesterday and got away with, wow.
Just wow.
Tell him, Tiffany. He denied a lot of things that he did. It was sick.
He couldn't stay on topic. So you want to talk about Biden having dementia, which we haven't seen the medical proof of that because Dr. Tank Top was in here because you're a medical professional, sir.
Get up, Tiffany. We're cooking MAGA today, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't notice, all right? They think they got a W, but they don't. They got big L's all over their foreheads.
Tank Top Tom trying to squeeze in that tank top still in the chokehold, right?
Yeah.
And now he wants to act like he knows how to diagnose somebody with dementia. Please.
Exactly.
Be real. And one could even argue, too, that Trump blatantly not being able to stay on topic. What is he then? Doesn't he have some sort of inability? Because he's
dementia. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's 3 years younger. Why are we acting like Trump is 40?
Yes. Tell him. And he did lie about his age and his height yesterday. He was lying about everything. He said he's in the best shape of his life. He feels like he did. Actually, he said he feels better than he did 30 years ago. Right. Lies after lies.
He said Charlottesville didn't happen. He said Charlottesville didn't happen. Really? Just gaslighting everybody. And if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, my ladies, I know you know how to deal with a narcissist. You're really is he doing this in real time? He's telling us that this didn't happen.
Right.
He said that he didn't call veterans suckers and losers. You did. We all saw it.
Yep. He did, and then turned around and disrespected the general that said it. I fired him. What kind of person is this that continues to disrespect our troops?
Right.
Wow.
And that's what, and was it Takesha that said, like, listen, at this point, you need to just say it, because we've all been saying this, that you support a racist, a misogynist. So you need to stand 10 toes down and just say that that's who you support and stop acting like you don't.
Exactly. Well, listen up, Tiffany. Thank you so much for telling the truth and shaming the devil. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Tiffany. No lies detected. Hey, Snuggles, where are you at, bro? I need you to make sure you're listening to this special broadcast. Don't go live right now, Snuggles. Zeus is over here cooking. We're cooking you MAGA demons, all right? You thought we were going to let you have a good day today? Absolutely not, all right? Liars, send a guest request, all right? Zeus will deal with you accordingly, all right? All right, let's bring up the next. Hopefully this is a MAGA demon. Because I'm ready to hear this. Oh, Trump's GF, greetings, how are you? Look at this right here. He didn't put himself on mute. Trump's GF, are you there?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing today, Zeus?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Have we read before?
I don't think so.
Okay. You a Trump supporter?
Kinda.
You got a lot of music in the background.
Oh, that's a car going by.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what brings you to the show this morning?
Well, I just wanted to say that I watched the debate last night, and the biggest thing that I can say is that Trump is a loser. Because I'd rather choose the old guy rather than the liar.
Oh, I know this is. Go ahead, cook.
I'd rather choose the old guy rather than the comb over.
Oh, that part.
I'd rather choose the old guy rather than the adulteress.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, adulteress. I'd rather choose the old guy rather than the guy that lied about a free and fair election.
Amen.
I'd rather choose the old guy that didn't have to pay out for a fraud claim in the state of New York in the tune of $400 million.
Wow.
I'd rather choose the old guy instead of the guy that is a 34 count felon. Yeah. 34, not 5, not 2. Now, Hunter Biden, he's a convicted felon. Correct. But he's a convicted felon of 3 felonies. Is it 3? 2, however many is it? Yes. But 34 is a long way from 3. And remember, when Biden said you're a convicted felon, he didn't push back on it. No. He didn't push back on it because you know why, you guys? Why? Because Biden was absolutely true. It was straight fucking, excuse my language.
Go ahead.
We
straight the day.
Facts.
Ooh.
You understand me?
Straight facts.
Straight facts. I know a lady named Straight Facts.
Yeah,
she comes on in the morning. Have you ever heard of her?
Absolutely. She does an excellent job. Excellent.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what?
What's that?
This is Straight Facts right here.
Let's go. I knew it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Y'all see my backup page? See, Mega, I told y'all. When y'all go ahead, thank you, Tara. I appreciate you, baby. When y'all go ahead and y'all take one of my accounts down, which you didn't, you only got me bananaed until the 4th. But guess what I do?
Wait, what's that?
I make 3 more.
Oh.
3 more.
Let's go.
So if you thought you saw me on the backup on your FYP page already, every time you guys banana me, I'm going to come back with 3 more pages and you'll really see me on your FYP page. And you're going to get sick of me. You understand me?
Hallelujah.
Sick of me.
Hallelujah.
Listen.
Let's go.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
They thought you was gonna hang it up today, Straight Fact. They said, "Oh, we got her today." And you're saying you ain't on that type of time at all.
Listen, I'm not going anywhere until the ancestors call me home, baby. You hear me?
Let's go.
I'll be out here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes twice on
instant
Sunday.
Follow. Let's follow Straight Fact. Get instant follow. That's what they say. They love it when you come in here and tell the truth like this.
All right. Well, if you want some more truth, then just come on over to Straight Facts. You can follow my backup page, and everybody will let you know exactly where I am. You can follow OG Straight Facts or Straight Facts. It's up to you. But what you're going to get is these facts by any and all means necessary.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
All right. Yeah, Biden was a little bit old on his, on his responses. Sometimes he's an old man. But don't forget that we play chess, not checkers. Because while y'all worried about something wrong and happening to Biden, we get Kamala Harris.
Amen.
So that's the person that I picked from the very beginning. So listen. I wish Biden all the well and everything and the good health and to stay with us for as long as he possibly can. Yep. But if he does not, baby, I'm gonna give Jill Biden my condolences, and then I'm gonna go and cheer on the other side.
That's right.
MAGA, y'all not gonna get rid of us. Black women rule. Y'all have a wonderful day off in this kingdom. Okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Straight Facts, No Lies Detected.
Love you, Zeus.
Love you too. Yeah, see, MAGA. All right, see, MAGA. We're not gonna let one little debate dictate our future. We don't think and operate like that. Whoever told you that, you need to go tell them they owe you a refund on that education they gave you because it was complete BS. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right, who do we got? Mood the Tuxedo. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing?
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's going on now? Where do you stand on this? All right, I don't know where you stand, but I'm curious.
Yeah. So I want to make things clear for the chat before I get started, okay? I am not a Democrat. I'm an independent progressive. I side with Democrats mostly because they have the best legislation that completes my agenda for the country, okay?
Got it.
If Republicans had good ideas, I would side with them too, but you don't. All right, so what I'll say first about the debate last night is there was no winner. And both parties should be very ashamed of themselves that this is the best that you have to offer this country. I have a lunatic on one side screaming lies, and then I have an old man on the other side who's so old that he can't even defend his positions. He lost on abortion to Donald Trump. That is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. How do you lose to Donald Trump on the position of abortion, okay? And I'll tell you another thing. You guys want to be mad at the... How did he lose? So Donald Trump sitting up there spewing lies about afterbirth unaliving, right? And Joe Biden sits there and says nothing. He's just making goofy faces with his jaw slack, right?
But policy-wise, he's winning, though. Wouldn't you say?
Joe Biden has some. So let's make this straight. I am still voting for. I'll vote for your corpse. Okay, I'll vote for Joe Biden, even if you're wheeling him into the White House. Okay.
Oh my God, you are quite the. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm just listening.
So,
thank you.
So the thing is what you guys did was you demonized the progressives, right? Last time in 2016, you told us our opinions were invalid and that we're splitting the party. And then you lost to Donald Trump, right? You made all these excuses for Hillary Clinton, just like you're doing for Joe Biden right now. And you ended up losing. I'm telling you right now, if you don't pick someone else to stand as the candidate for the Democrat Party, you will lose again. You're going to lose.
Moo. Now, this is radicalized rhetoric, sir.
Really? You didn't lose in 2016 with an unpopular candidate? I'm lying?
Wait a second.
Let's check that.
2016 situation, all right? We can't go back and relitigate that, but we know what happened.
Because it proves my point.
There was a lot
of interference. I'll tell you where there was a lot of interference. The DNC interfered with the Bernie campaign a whole lot and used a lot of corporate money against him to beat him. That's where the interference was. You guys did it again this year. You didn't allow, you guys talk about how you want democracy, but you kept people from being able to primary Joe Biden.
Wait a second. Okay, listen. It sounds to me that you say you support the Democrats. But you have.
I support some of the legislation that. No. I am not a Democrat. I support some of the legislation you come out with. I don't support your corporatism.
How does your rhetoric help get the outcome you want? How does your rhetoric?
Because polls show.
Wait a second. Yeah. You're launching a lot of attacks at the Democrats. I don't really hear you attacking Donald Trump as much. But if your point is, and what I heard you say is, you're going to vote for Joe Biden even if they put him in a wheelchair, right? Okay. How does your rhetoric help Joe Biden get reelected? That's my question.
How does your rhetoric help the Democrats win the election? Because you're hinging on independent voters in the black community. Independent voters are so much. Yeah.
You didn't answer my question.
Your base alone ain't going to do it, my dude. You need battleground states. You need.
You are not answering my question. If you ask me that question.
What's your question?
I say, how does your rhetoric? I get it. You can be.
How does my rhetoric help?
Yeah, I get it. You can be critical.
I'm answering it right now. How does my rhetoric help? Yeah, I'm going to answer your question. My rhetoric helps by hopefully breaking through to you guys that you're making the same mistakes that you made in 2016 with Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden is not a popular president, and he is a status quo corporate Democrat. Joe Biden could have stopped Donald Trump from repealing Roe versus Wade. How could he do that? He could pack the court and then codify Roe versus Wade. Will he do that? No, because he's weak. He let Joe Manchin walk all over his agenda, his whole presidency. Why did he do that? Because Joe Biden still thinks you can play nice with Democrats who are actually Republicans. So he let that man cuck him and decimate his agenda. And then you want to say Joe Biden's compassionate, but he's funding a genocide.
Wait a second. All right, Moo. The time is up. All right. You did 3 minutes.
Yeah, I figured, man. You ain't got nothing for me. I'll see you later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do. All right. And I like Moo because when he brings it, he sometimes bring it. But Moo, I can't have that going on in the kingdom, bro. I mean, seriously, the way you attack Joe Biden, it sounds to me like you're MAGA. And I'm going to be honest with you, Moo. The rhetoric that you're spewing, it's not helping unite the base. All right? I get it that you feel very, very passionate about what you say, and you might know a lot, right? But what you're saying right now is pretty much helping Donald Trump get reelected. So I don't believe that you really care about helping Joe Biden get reelected. And because of that, Moo, I'm going to have to do this. Here we go. I don't get it, Moo. You never demon. You're right. I don't have nothing for you because I believe that you should be able to discern on your own between those two candidates which one aligns more closely with your values. And blaming everybody else isn't going to help get us what we are trying to get done in the party. I'm just being honest with you, Moo. And I'm going to say, I really do need to do that closet of truth, all right? Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, Nutty Professor. How you doing?
So I don't even want to talk to MAGA. I want to talk to the so-called Joe Biden supporters. If you see me come into your box or into your live, if you can't handle my passion just as much as I give it to MAGA, if you can't handle it, don't bring me in your box. And I'm speaking to some of you that are here in this broadcast right now. Because if you're going to mute and silence me because I push back on your rhetoric because you're falling into the same quagmire that we saw last night after Joe Biden's performance, then we want no part of you. I want no part of you. And you're not going to be a friendly.
Wow.
And I'll say it to your face.
Tell them.
I don't care if you are voting for Joe Biden. What we don't need is someone who's going to fall into the trap of, are we going to vote for a convicted felon or are we going to vote for someone with substance? Substance is the word that we need to be screaming out. Substance. So,
but their argument, Nutty, is Biden is old and not progressive enough. So we should support Donald Trump.
Whip-de freaking do. We knew Joe Biden was old when we voted for him in 2020.
Yes, we did.
Stop complaining about Joe Biden's age now because we put Joe Biden where he is. We put him there.
Let's go.
We keep yelling, kicking, and screaming about the Republicans putting Donald Trump where he is. The same goes for us. We put Joe Biden there, so therefore we are going to stand behind the candidate that we elected.
Amen. Let's go. Tell him, Nutty. Let's go.
April was absolutely correct.
We're standing on this.
I don't want these twisted, spineless, jellyback, 1-year-old Democrats telling us that we need to replace our candidate, who was the only candidate, consequently, that has beat this narcissist.
Bingo!
He's the only one that beat him. Do you think at 81 years old, Joe Biden wants to keep running around the world and representing this nation? No, he doesn't. Why does he do it? Because he loves this country.
Amen.
And because he believes in democracy.
Amen. Tell
the man
him.
can be retired, chilling at Rehoboth Beach with his family. So stop with the rhetoric. Joe Biden is old. So what? He's old. But you know what? That old man has been the most consequential president we've had since FDR.
Tell him,
y'all
Nutty.
understand how old he was when he was getting legislation passed.
Tell
y'all
him, Nutty.
understand how old he was when he passed the infrastructure bill.
Tell
y'all
him,
understand
Nutty.
how old he was when he got the PACT Act passed. Y'all understand how old he was when he helped bring down inflation.
Let's go, Nutty.
Unemployment. Y'all wasn't saying how old he was then.
Getting
so
that
shut the
student
hell
loan
up about his age.
What were they saying? How old he was when he got that student loan debt approved? For some of these folks out here, were they saying anything about it?
I'm so sick of it. Joe Biden is old. So what? With age comes wisdom.
Amen. Listen up.
Do I want to see a younger candidate? Absolutely.
Yes. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
But in this moment today.
Amen. Let's go, Nutty.
In the right now, Joe Biden is the person for the job.
Hallelujah!
Until then, if you have to plug your nose to vote for Joe Biden, I don't care. Plug your damn nose and get over it.
Yep. They acting like this is supposed to be a beauty pageant, a popularity contest. There's more going on in this world besides links and views out here. Wake up.
Because here's the deal.
Get him, Nutty.
Was I disappointed with his performance last night? Yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I was looking for another term that I can put on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, like in 2020, he said, "Will you shut up, man? I wanted another one of those."
Yeah.
Did you see his speech after the debate when he went into one of the watch parties? Yes. That's the Joe Biden we wanted. He looked energized. This man, look,
tell him, Nutty.
He just got back from Paris.
Tell him.
This man has been traveling around the world. He's 81 freaking years old. But yet, in the last month, he has traveled over 25,000 miles.
Wow!
Around the world, representing the United States, going through 6 different time zones.
Yeah,
and the man had cold. I'm not defending his performance last night, but just maybe, this 81-year-old man was freaking tired.
Bingo!
And maybe, just maybe, the cold that he has, maybe that was affecting his performance.
Yes.
So like Jon Stewart said, can we get him a performance enhancement drug or something? But here's the deal. He is still doing the work. The man is still working for us everyday Americans, day in and day out. Furthermore, I don't know because I haven't heard anyone else speak on this.
Tell him, Nutty.
Did you all not hear when Donald Trump said he spoke to Vladimir Putin after Putin invaded Ukraine?
I
Why
heard.
is nobody talking about that, but we're talking about Joe Biden's age?
Wow.
That's more important to me than Joe Biden's age.
Bingo. You see what you're doing when you get out here and you start stirring the hornet's nest talking about Joe Biden? It's not a good thing to do. There's a lot going on in this country besides Joe Biden's age.
To my so-called mutuals.
Get him, Nutty.
And I'm going to mention names because I don't care. You can
Texas,
me,
I see you, Texas.
Me,
stop hiding.
I don't care. To Eat a Bag, to Noel. If y'all want to mute me because I speak the truth, because you think I'm coming after our own, because you don't want to hear me say, stop with this nonsense, you can eat a bag. I don't care if you unfriend me.
Lord have mercy. Lord have
Because
mercy.
if we're going to hold the same energy for MAGA, we're going to hold it for our side too.
Lord have mercy. Well,
period, point blank, end of discussion.
All right, now I agree. We're going to keep the same energy for Joe Biden.
This is not about friendships for me. Because at the end of the day, this is an app. You're not in my real life, so you're not my friend in my real life. If you can't handle me telling y'all to take a step back and pipe down on the Joe Biden rhetoric, you can kick rocks with your shoes off.
That hurts.
I heard my bell. Have a good day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Nutty Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to understand, all right? The opinions expressed by the viewers, for the most part, I don't mind, right? I don't always agree with them, all right? But I really think it's important that because we all meet at this time every day, we get these perspectives out, all right? So we can navigate what's really going on in this country. Yes, we get it. Joe Biden is old. We get it. But the man has done so much to help this country recover after Donald Trump was president. Don't forget that. All right? Remember what you were doing during the pandemic. You were struggling. Cities were closed. Jobs were lost. Some lost forever. Donald Trump talking about bounce back jobs that he should get credit for. How do you get credit for bounce back jobs after you mismanaged the pandemic? This is what he's going into the White House with, and he's selling it like he's a snake oil salesman. He's selling it, and people are lapping it up, and they're buying this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. Open up your eyes, and I do mean that. Let's bring up a next panelist, all right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, this is what East Texas, you got 3 minutes. I was waiting for you to come back up here. I got a serious question for you.
Sure.
Outside of Joe Biden's age, what else did you get from that debate yesterday?
And the Medicare copay is going to be $200. Oh, wait, it's $2,000.
Where did you get that from, East Texas? Oh, my God.
That's what Joe Biden claimed last night in the middle of the debate.
Okay.
He said that we beat Medicare.
Hold on. So that you're gonna focus on that one part. What else? What else?
I mean, where you want to start? I mean, like the Afghanistan pullout.
Right. So let me get one on this. Okay.
He said soldiers never passed.
Did Biden inherit 9% inflation? He also said he inherited 9% inflation. He inherited almost no inflation, and it stayed that way for 14 months, and then it blew up under his leadership, Donald Trump said. It turns out this was false. The inflation rate when Biden took the office in January was at 9%. It was 1.4, and it rose on his watch, peaking at 9% in June. But by last month, it had come down to 3%. All right. So you got two people up there lying about or misrepresenting the facts about inflation. What do you say about that?
Exactly. You got two people up there lying. Both of them in a pissing match, seeing who can lie the best. I'm like, oh, dude, y'all better find somebody else besides Trump or Biden because both of them trying to wreck the ship.
Oh, so you're done supporting Donald Trump.
I told you I never supported Trump in the first place. I'm anti-Biden, Zeus.
Oh, okay. So how does that work? So who are you going to go vote for?
Man, I really don't want to, but I'm gonna vote for old Wormy Brain.
Who?
Old RFK.
Oh, you're going to go vote for RFK. All right. Well, that's that. All right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you have really nothing else left to say, and this is your position, and it's not going to change, correct?
That's right. But hey, I just want to give credit where credit is due. And I want to boo and shame the biggest demon of them all, the devil himself. And we all know that the devil wears Prada.
Who?
That would be you, Zeus.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving East Texas what he deserves. Because he's really a Trump supporter, and we know it. He's trying to get up here and hem and haw and act like he really is going to vote for RFK, knowing he's going to go vote for Donald Trump. I see right through you, East Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of boos and shame. We don't buy that, Texas.
Silence!
And that's an example of someone that I'm going to let say whatever they believe because it is what it is. But I 100% disagree. I 100% disagree with you, East Texas. All right. When you go and compare the facts were misrepresented, like I said earlier, by both candidates, but an overwhelmingly majority of it. I think Donald Trump lied over 6 times. They said Biden misrepresented the facts a total of 9 times. They both weren't really actually 100% honest. But when it came down to it, Joe Biden was the most honest and credible of the two candidates. It's not that difficult to understand, MAGA, all right? Seriously. Let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got? Oh, yeah, I got to get to my good friend, Brother Swervin. Good morning, Swerve. Yeah, they're jealous of me. They're jealous of me. Good morning, Swervin.
Good morning, my friend.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I got to mute.
What happened?
There's an echo, so I got to mute.
Oh, crap. You want me to drop down and come back?
Or you can just talk.
Okay, so here's what I wanted to say. I was not at all disappointed with the performance of Joe Biden last night. And I don't know why people are. Did he seemed like he was a little slow. Yeah, they say he had a cold, whatever. But you know what didn't happen? They didn't juice him up on no vitamin B or give him performance enhancing drugs like Donald Trump lied about that. What saddens me is the fact that they're sitting there and every question that was put to Joe Biden, he answered. He answered it to the best of his ability. Did he tell some falsehoods? Yeah, he has lost service members on his watch. Not as many as Donald Trump did, but he has lost service members on his watch. So he was not truthful about that. Okay, but when Donald Trump, they asked Donald Trump about anything, he did exactly what I said he was going to do. He pivoted to 5 other things, talking about Joe Biden was the worst president in history. And then Joe Biden clapped back, said, hey, all of these historians, 150 of them, say you are the worst president in history. And then Donald Trump comes back and lies. Well, if you look at it, we have people who know more than these historians, and they said I was the best. No, you weren't even close to being the best. Donald Trump sat there and lied about the trade deficit with China. He sat there and he lied about the deficit and the debt that he exploded under his watch. He sat there and lied. And these people are sitting here, tiny Tyvek Tom and conservative demon rat, being the clowns that they are. They're sitting here talking about Joe Biden is done. But you are perfectly comfortable with the lies that your guy told. When in this country did we get so comfortable with somebody lying to that extent? And then you just fell for the okie doke racism. Somebody please tell me, what is a black job? Because before, migrants were coming over here taking away all the jobs. They were taking away all the jobs. And let me clue you in, people. Nobody can take a job from you that you never applied for. That's a fact. If you never applied for it, they didn't take it away from you. If you're mad because you don't have a job, get up off your ass and go apply for one. That's how you fix that problem. And you may not get the job you want, but you'll have a job. And when someone comes in who's better than you and you lose your job to that person, don't sit there and scream about them being a migrant. Just scream that you sucked and you couldn't hold on to your job as the chief fry cook at McDonald's. Okay, so otherwise, just shut the hell up. Nobody took a job from you that you never applied for. But then all of a sudden it turned into they're taking black jobs. Okay, and Joe Biden clapped back. I gave this much money to HBCUs. We had the lowest black unemployment rate. We have the highest black entrepreneurship in this country under his watch. Those are all factual statements. And then here comes Trump again with the lies. The blacks, referring to the African-American community as the blacks. They're losing jobs. They're losing this. They're losing their communities. But he never goes into any kind of explanation as to how any of this is happening. But he wants you to believe that, he can fix all of this on his watch. Well, he had 4 years to fix it. He gave very little money to HBCUs. I think when the number rounded out, it was like $11 per student per year in the HBCUs. It's ridiculous. Joe Biden has given billions to HBCUs. Then what really chapped my ass, Zeus, is when Donald Trump flat out lied and said because of what he did, veterans don't have to wait 2 and 3 months to go get medical help. He lied his natural behind off. That was a law that was signed into place under President Obama. President Barack Hussein Obama signed the Vets Choice Program. And yet there is Donald Trump lying about it again. And these people are so comfortable with him lying that they will never call him out on his bullshit. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. But they will never call him out on his BS. They won't. East Texas, he's sitting there lying, talking about Joe Biden said he's going to pay $2,000 in COVID. No, what he said was he's trying to negotiate with Medicare and Medicaid and the pharmaceutical companies to make sure no senior is paying more than $2,000 a year for their prescription drugs. See, this is why listening is important. This is why critical thinking is important. This is why you have to open up your ears and hear what's being said. And then you have Google right at your fingertips, but you won't go look. You'll come into a panel and you'll ask people like myself and Zeus, well, explain this and explain that. But you will never explain anything that Donald Trump has said. You'll want to give it context or that was all taken out of context or make some excuse for it. You can't make no excuse when he says immigrants are coming over here taking black jobs. There's no excuse for that. How do you take that out of context? These people make me sick at this point. I was perfectly fine with Joe Biden's performance last night. I didn't have no problems with it, especially when he clapped back and called him a child. Because that's exactly what Donald Trump is, a big, fat, whiny, orange child.
Amen.
And I'll say that 10 toes down with my whole chest.
All right.
So let me, I heard my bell. I apologize for going over, Zeus. Like I always tell you, brother, y'all be well, y'all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
Right. All right, ladies.
And let's go, Joe.
Let's go. Let's give Brother Swerving a round of applause. Let's go. Fact check time. Trump says Biden is allowing millions of criminals to enter the United States. Quote, I'd love to ask him why he's allowed millions of people to come in from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our country, Trump said. There is no evidence of this. This statement is false. Also, Venezuela does not share law enforcement information with the United States authorities, making it very hard to verify criminals' histories of immigrants coming into the United States. But there is no evidence that Venezuela is purposefully sending millions of people from mental institutions and prisons to the United States. I answered that question because there's MAGA demons in my chat saying Donald Trump didn't lie. I'm helping you understand all of the lies that Donald Trump, all right? And I'll continue to share a couple of these as we continue to go through our panelists, all right? This is a special broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry to keep you here. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got? All right. Oh, all right. Oh my goodness. A MAGA demon. All right. Conservative D. Well, actually, I'm just going to call you conservative. What brings you to the show this bright and early?
I'd like to give you some credit, Zeus. You're not a fascist, right?
What else?
Why are moderators fascist?
I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
My free speech.
What are you talking about?
I'm always being muted in your live.
Oh, you
Why
must
do you have fascist moderators. That's my question.
Well, you must be breaking the rules because I have the best moderators on TikTok. Fascist. You know that, right? You know, because I'm Zeus. I'm one of the most Triple H. You know what it's like being Triple H, right? I mean, I don't know if you have any of those H's, but imagine if you had 3 H's to manage like I do. You would need the best moderators TikTok has to offer to make sure if people come in the live and they follow the format of the show.
Yeah. You got a big head for no reason.
Okay, so what is it you would like to talk about? What were you saying in the chat that the moderators must have flagged? Because I'm assuming you said something.
Oh, I was just saying how bad Joe Biden's mandates were.
Which mandates?
COVID mandates.
Oh, okay. And what extent? To what degree did you say that? Like, what exactly did you say? Did you?
Joe Biden's mandates suck. Your fascist moderator Cece muted me for the rest of the life.
Well. Can I ask you to do me a favor?
Sure.
All right. When you come into this live, you know what one thing we're really big on is truth. Right? And so you just can't come in here and start picking battles and fights with folks like my moderator Cece, all right? That's a very bad thing to do. All right? So maybe you should try to be a little nicer to her. Is it possible for you to be nicer to Cece and not lie like that anymore? All right? Because here's the thing, right?
Very nice to all your minions, Zeus.
Here's the thing. You know Donald Trump kind of mismanaged the pandemic, right? You do know that, right? And that kind of sucks too.
Can you tell me in what way? I mean, I know it's your narrative.
Yeah. Well, I would say it started with his desire to always undo whatever Obama did that helped this country. And along those lines, from what I understand, it started when he disbanded the pandemic response team and didn't backfill the position of the CDC person assigned in China. See, that was done out of hatred for Barack Obama. And it also showed he didn't really care about the threat things like that posed to the American people. And what it did was it opened up the door for when disaster strikes like it did and his people, they came and said this is going to be the most dangerous threat to your presidency. He had no defense for it, so that's why.
Just strange.
And then he lied. And then he lied, right? You do know he knew about the dangers of the
It was
pandemic,
just
and then
really
he lied.
suspicious that the Democrat Party was so ready for a virus that nobody else was.
It's about as suspicious as when they make cars and they make seatbelts. Isn't it suspicious they put seatbelts in those things?
Harsh comparison, but okay.
No. I mean, isn't it suspicious they put seatbelts in cars almost as if they're thinking an accident might happen? Isn't that weird?
When it's convenient. That's what I'm saying. When it's convenient, yeah. That's what.
So perhaps, in other words, what I'm saying, because I know that went, a little over your head. What I'm saying is, after a few of these kind of situations transpired, SARS, Ebola, and things like that, perhaps Obama came up with the idea that we need to have, organization and institutions in place ready to address things like this when they happen. So it's not suspicious to me, to a thinking man, but to you, I can understand why it's suspicious, all right? But do me a favor, and I'm going to ask my mods, could you all please, try to work with conservative and conservative, could you please try to be kinder to my mods so they don't have to use the straitjacket procedure on you, all right? All right? That's how this works, all right, pal?
Sure.
All right. Now I'm going to drop you back down and bring up the next panelist, but thank you for coming up and letting me know what's been going on. All right, my good friend, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving conservative Democrat, just conservative D, a round of booze and shame. Sorry. Don't worry. I'm going to try to go a little bit. I'm going to try to get a few more of you in before I get out of here.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Hey, all right. Listen, we are dealing with. Are you there, Ange?
I am. Can you hear me?
There's an echo.
Oh no!
I must have to mute.
How about now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I'll mute.
Okay. I feel bad about that. I'm in the woods of Vermont right now. I don't have good service. So anyway, people like Conservative D and Moo come up here and they throw me off because I had other things I wanted to say about the debate. So when Trump said to Biden, you never fire anybody, and you don't ever fire anybody, and he was acting like that was a flex. No, it's not. Trump's administration never fired, or he did fire everybody because they didn't pledge their loyalty to him. That's what happened. If you didn't pledge your loyalty to him, he would fire you. It's actually a good sign when you don't have to fire people. It shows you know how to do teamwork.
Exactly.
He thought that was a flex. It was not a flex. And okay, this probably takes some people off. I don't care. Moo, if you're in here, back in 2016, guess what? I was a Bernie Sanders supporter too. I was a huge Bernie Sanders supporter. But when he lost in the primaries, what I did was I took my little lawn sign down, I said Bernie, and I put it away, and I needed to go vote for Hillary. This is what I knew. And I hate to say that's because I denied it for so long, but the Bernie bros, and that's what I am going to call you right now, you might be part of why we are where we are, because you would not go in and vote for Hillary. You were all so salty that you didn't. And I might have ticked some people off with that, but that is God's honest truth.
We're telling the truth, Ange. Get it out there.
That is possibly what happened. Conservative D, you come up here whining that somebody muted you. The other day in this live, you mocked a woman who lost 5 members to C19. And I didn't even do anything to you because I knew you would cry about your free speech being taken away. And I would have blocked you. If you were in my live, I would have blocked you forever because that's disgusting. So don't come up here and cry about whoever put the straight jacket on you for maybe just the entire live. Maybe just stay out sometimes too. Why don't you just do that? If you don't like us here, why don't you leave? If you're just going to come up here and complain, why don't you leave? But you all come back. You all come back. And then you whine about how Zeus runs his show. You whine about us. And I'm sick of it. And as far as Joe, his performance last night, yeah, did I want him to maybe have a little more pep in his step? Sure. But you know what? You can't always have a good game. Sometimes you go out and you score 25 points. In the next game, you might be cold and you can't hit a three. That's just the way it goes. Not every night is going to be like that. So that's all I got because I don't want to. I'm probably going to lose signal. So
all right. Well, listen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Ange. No lies detected.
Can I draw? Okay.
All right. I got you, Ange. Yes. Don't worry. It's a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fielding calls today. I didn't think I would have to do this. But we've got a mixed bag of response. Obviously, you all know we're standing strong with Joe over here as far as I'm concerned. But we do got folks, maybe, independents who are going, perhaps, he's not as strong as I would like. And I'm going for the con man. And then we got folks that are criticizing both and saying they're going for RFK. And then you got the MAGA demons out here. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a very interesting space we find ourselves in as a country. But you know what? Like I said, you better start thinking about who's going to be on the Supreme Court, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring up my next panelist. Good morning, G-Man.
Hey, what's up? I'm going to turn the camera on to tell everybody who I really am. Talk
to him.
Okay. All right.
Hey, my man.
I just turned 60, so technically I'm a late boomer / Joe generation. Born and raised in New York, know about the draft. I'll talk about the debate.
Yes.
April and Timothy, that young lady, stole most of my third answer.
Yes.
This I had 3 problems with 3. And I'm independent. But I would have most of, we got to talk about it later on.
Yes.
All right. Biden, it was not his strongest moment. We know about his age. He got a retirement because of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump, we know how Trump is. I know his is a con holler, a liar, change the deflection and all this. Would it piss me off? Because I'm a veteran, a person of color. You use the blacks and Hispanics for jobs, as a racial overtone. Talk about the border. Like he the one that initiated, told of his minions not to pass in the House.
Right.
Because to make Biden look good. So on, so on. You guys need to check your information, right? But this is me. But this is not surprise for corporate media.
Right.
The moderators, you freaking suck.
Yep.
You freaking suck. I've been saying that they're always soft. We need a moderator like the young man for Colorado with the candidate.
Yeah, I saw that.
We need a better moderators with not biases whatever side. This is the independent side, not being biased. Moderate there and pick somebody that's not work for any corporate media, any left, right wing, all that. Some of this independent media sources that's not biased. That's me. That's the independent me.
Yeah.
I still got to vote Biden regardless, man.
Yes, let's go, brother. Let's go.
Over here.
We're voting Biden.
And I'm going to keep it short. I know you got a lot of people here. It's just like a baseball game, like my Mets, right?
Yeah.
They win they scored 90 or 12 once one day. Next day, they got beaten. They got shut out. Biden got stutter problems. The time that he stuttered, he's not his best moment. I could see that.
Yeah.
And I'm 60, and I couldn't do some things that I was like 20, 30 years ago in the past. As I'm slowing down. It's called aging, folks. Father time's catching up.
Yep.
But as that guy so-called independent, this is one independent. I was for Bernie, just like Ange. I was a Bernie supporter. Where he lost the primary, it's effed up. But this is not, I'm not being selfish. So I'll perk the next candidate. Yeah, them guys are problems too. Because that's what was arrested 41 years ago in New York. Them guys are issue they need to approve the messaging and, don't take a person of color for granted. That's another subject we could talk.
Yep.
But Biden, to me, he still did a hell lot better job for the center-right Democratic. And he's center-right, but he's more liberal in my eyes so far.
Yeah.
So, Zeus, I'm going to keep it short. I know you got somebody waiting for me. Keep the passion, keep the fight, people. Knock it off. It's this divide, conquer bullcrap. What happened in 2016? You don't want this shit to repeat again? This might be the last time we ever vote. Excuse me, language. But
keep going. All right, I got you. All right.
But vote, man. Vote,
all right.
Vote blue like this color, no matter who. I don't care.
Exactly.
Bye, my
ladies
brother.
And gentlemen, let's give it up to G-Man.
Work out for you.
All right, get it in for me, bro. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to G-Man. Did Donald Trump have the safest borders in our history of our country? This is what Donald Trump said yesterday. We had the safest borders of our history, Trump said. It's with a heavy heart that I must tell you, Trump supporters, that was false. It's a clear exaggeration. In 2019, the last year before the pandemic brought down border crossings, there were roughly 860,000 illegal border crossings, far more than any year during the Obama administration. Another lie that Donald Trump said, and it's been debunked. Let's give Donald Trump another round of boos and shame. He's a liar. Jesus Christ. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Ooh, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got next? All right. Oh my God. Let's go. A MAGA demon, American Ninja. This is one of the biggest Zeus haters on TikTok. What brings you to the show?
Yeah, did you see them? Ultra MAGA SCOTUS brings me to the show, Zeus.
What happened?
How do you like that Ultra MAGA SCOTUS decision today? Oh, the January 6th defendants are all going home. Jack Smith's case is over. You didn't catch it?
Yeah, it says the court sent the case back to the lower courts for further proceedings on whether the Justice Department could still prosecute him.
The Justice Department will be dropping all charges on the people that they charged with obstruction.
You think
all
so?
The obstruction charges are gone, Zeus. Every single one of them is gone.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what I'll say if you're right.
Hundreds of people are going home, and Jack Smith's case is over, bro. How does that make you feel?
Okay, that's what you believe. That's fine. What else?
No, that's what SCOTUS said. What else?
Here, I'll say this.
Trump's getting immunity on Monday. SCOTUS said they're going to rule on Trump's immunity on Monday. Are you ready for Trump's immunity on top of him being, like, Jack Smith case being over?
Yeah. You know why?
Me too.
You know why?
It's awesome.
You know why?
Why?
I know you're a busy man running around here, lying
I'm working, but I had to stop and
worshiping.
SCOTUS,
all right. So if they give him if they give him presidential immunity, right, then that means Joe Biden gets presidential immunity, right? So we win either way.
He's old. I feel bad for him anyway. He needs immunity. He's sad. He needs immunity. That's fine.
Okay, and you're willing to do another 4 years with Biden, right? Thank you, American Ninja. I thought I would get you. I get you. I knew I would get you. I knew I would get you to side with Joe Biden.
All right. Get to 270. How are you gonna get to 270?
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Did he do it last time?
I am definitely not worried, Zeus.
Did he do it last time?
Not worried.
Did he do it last time? If he did it before, he can do it again.
When you guys had all the mail-in voting and stuff?
I guess so. Who knows, right?
Wow. Oh, so did you see that we blocked that you couldn't destroy the ballots in Georgia? We're still going to re-audit the 2020 election, even though you guys tried to destroy the ballots. We're going to be looking for fraudulent ones and stuff. Did you see that?
Did you get the evidence you were looking for?
Yeah, we did, actually.
Show us. Can you show it to me?
We did, actually, from the election board. Over 280,000 ballots were never scanned, Zeus.
Oh, okay. Can you show me that? Because I would love to see it.
Yeah, you can look up the hearing. You can look up the Georgia election board hearing where they said that people should be disbanded and fired and that their elections should be monitored by outside the state. Remember?
Okay. I listen, I take your word. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
Back to work. I got to get back to work. You enjoy the SCOTUS.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, American Ninja. This is a Snuggles University graduate, right? He goes to Snuggles University, and Snuggles gave him a good degree. He said, "You are now certified to talk about Donald Trump on TikTok. This degree, sir, it'll get you very far in life." And he graduated with it, and now he believes everything Donald Trump says. Oh, American Ninja, I got some bad news. Unfortunately, that degree is trash, and you are wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving American Ninja what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. You know, Joe Biden, after his debate yesterday, and they got him on camera, and they asked him about how did he feel about his performance, and he said, it's hard to debate a liar. And I thought about that and I said, American Ninja is a good example of what Joe Biden meant, right? It's hard to debate somebody who's lying 95, 100 miles an hour, right? I mean, there's just so many lies going on. How do you pick apart which one to respond to? American Ninja, tell Snuggles he owes you a refund, bro.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Oh my God. All right, good morning, Miss Boss Diva. Oh my God, we are here.
Zeus.
Oh, you know, I'm doing all right. How are you?
You know, I'm doing fabulous on this fantastic Friday. I have to report.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Thank you for the gift.
Thank you, Cole. Last days. Thank
Yes.
you, sweetheart.
Yes.
Lady T. But listen, okay. So the debate, of course, yesterday, you know, there were several factors into, I mean, everything that Nutty was saying was spot on. You know what I mean? The man, you know, listen, the man has more stamina than most young people do because
Let's go. Tell him
you
about
can absolutely factor in the fact that he has probably been briefed all day, been traveling all day. You know what I mean? He was under the weather and he was debating a liar.
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty freaking exhausting if you ask me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he started off a little rocky. Yeah, he did. You know, he not perfect, like nobody's perfect walking this earth's surface.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? But the man did stand 10 toes down on a lot of the things. He called him out as being a criminal, which I really appreciated the Dark Brandon coming out in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, and then a couple of other moments when he roasted him about Stormy Daniels. You know what I mean? Reminding him. And then he told him, too, he said, you know, you owe hundreds of millions of dollars to the state of New York because you're a fraud. You know, you're a straight up fraud.
Amen.
You know, so he was, you know, absolutely calling him out on a lot of the things that I wanted him to definitely point out.
Yes,
regardless
tell him,
of what
Steve.
the question was.
Yes.
Now, CNN takes a big L from me. A big L.
Why?
Because the moderation was very, very subpar. Okay, they let Donald Trump talk way too much. Gave him extra time because I absolutely did time it. They gave him like 45 seconds more, up to a minute more.
Wow.
Okay, and that really irritated my soul.
Let's go.
Because when it came to Joe Biden, you know, they wanted to hurry up and scurry past what he was saying, trying to make him rush, which, you know, a person with a stuttering impediment, you know, when their excitability is high and their anxiety is high, that it would trigger the impediment even more.
Right.
So that also was a factor. Okay, let's talk about factors.
Talk to him.
You know what I mean? So that was also a factor. You know what I mean? I think that he was rather nervous because, you know what I'm saying? It's been a while since he had debated him. Everybody human that's ever did, you know, been in a debate like that in the national stage, large audience or whatever. Yeah, you get a little bit of butterflies in the beginning, but when you get your footing and you get a little warmed up, then, you know, you're able to, you know, flow a little bit more, you know, better than you started out.
Yeah. He got off to a rocky start, but as far as I'm concerned, he had a rocky finish, right?
Yeah, and y'all Trump supporters talking about Biden is done and all of that. You know what? Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. And then and to y'all who was talking about we need to replace Biden, that's not an option. That's not an option. Because there ain't nobody that can say that they beat the brakes off of Trump in 2020. Nobody else, old or not, decrepit or not, weekend at Bernie's prop him up or not, rolling in a wheelchair or not, it doesn't matter. There's not anyone else that can say that they beat the brakes, got the popular vote, got the major electoral vote, and knocked his whole socks off, where he went and did 60 cases in the lower courts and took it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court had to tell him, Joe Biden is your daddy.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, Joe Biden's performance may have been at a low point, But at the end, like I said, he took the win.
Yep.
He took the win because he might have spoke some things and maybe didn't tell the 100% truth. That's fine. Okay, whatever. And we gonna call him out for it, right? We always do, right?
Yeah.
But Trump, he sat there and stood there and lied the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time. Everything that came out of that man's mouth was crap.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I mean, the comparison is not really one.
Bingo. Bingo.
The better choice is Joe Biden with his stutter, with his slowness, with his age and everything else. So that's all I wanted to come up and say, Zeus. Thank you.
All right.
For having me up, bro. You know I love you. And I'll see you out there in them TikTok streets.
I will and I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Miss Boss Diva a round of applause. All right. Let's go ahead and debunk something else. Did Virginia's former governor support infanticide? All right. Donald Trump says they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he was willing to do so and will determine what we do with the baby, meaning we unalive the baby. So that means he can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former Virginia governor, put the baby down so that we could decide what to do with it. He is willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and unalive the baby. Nobody wants that to happen. Democrat or Republican, nobody wants that to happen, Donald Trump said. Ladies and gentlemen, this statement was false. Donald Trump lied right there in front of everyone. I had people calling me and actually repeating this lie, and I said, he's lying to you, right? Don't believe this guy. While some Democrats support broad access to abortion, regardless of gestation age, infanticide is illegal, and no Democrats advocate for it. All right, just 1% of abortions are performed after 21 weeks gestation, according to the CDC. All right. So Trump first made this claim in 2019 after Virginia's governor at the time, Ralph Norman, made controversial remarks in discussing the abortion bill. NBC News debunked the claim then, reporting that his remarks were about resuscitating infants with severe deformities or non-viable pregnancies. Asked on a radio program what happened when a woman who was going into labor desires a 3rd trimester procedure, Northam noted that such procedure only occurs in cases of severe deformities or non-viable pregnancies. He said that in those scenarios, the infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired, and then a discussion would ensue between the physician and the mother. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't paying attention to Donald Trump's rhetoric, everything was about the Democrats are trying to destroy the world, and which is a lie, and lies about women and the abortion, right? And that's why I said, you know what we got to do? Let's give Donald Trump another round of booze and shame for spreading another lie, all right, on national television about Democrats supporting infanticide. All right, let's give him booze and shame. I can't even say it. I'm so tired. Infanticide.
Silence. You never demon.
All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my goodness. All right, good morning, DJ Kitty Cat. How are you doing this morning, my good friend?
Morning, Zeus. Good morning, the kingdom. How you guys doing?
We're doing okay. What a show.
It's been a great show, and last night's debate was really interesting.
Yes.
And, so here's my take. Zeus, have you ever gone to a car dealership, a used car dealership?
Yes. Thank you, Dark IT lady. Thank you. Yes, I have.
At a used car dealership, they don't tell you that the car has been in a flood, doesn't have new tires. You got to get that little fact sheet, you know?
Yeah, that Carfax. Infanticide. Yes, sorry.
Yes, you have to get the Carfax to know the actual truth.
Yes.
So Trump is a used car salesman. He puts on a show. He's a clown. He puts on a show. And it's unfortunate that MAGA, they sit back and they listen. He says exactly, and he has said exactly what MAGA says.
Right.
That's why they're so happy. And, oh, Trump won. Okay, yeah, he told you exactly what he's been telling you.
Yeah.
Selling you a bucket.
Mm.
And you are buying it. You're throwing, please take my money. Now, Biden is the fact check or the Carfax, okay?
Right. Thank you, Belinda.
He's coming with facts. Not only is he coming with facts, he's coming with policy. Can we say policy?
Can we say policy?
Can we say policies? I didn't hear a single policy from Trump. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard a single policy from Trump since he's decided to run to stay out of prison.
I haven't either.
So, to my fellow Democrats, if y'all don't calm down, quit tripping.
Tell them.
We stand 10 toes down for democracy. I don't give a good doggone if I have to go to the White House and wheel him on down and, hey, do what you got to do. Prop him up. We vote him in because at the end of the day, Biden isn't going and he has cabinets and he has people that he has assigned to do the actual work. It's
Bingo.
just him that's representing this country. Now, do y'all want to be represented by the Carfax or do you want to be represented by the con man?
Bingo.
Because you have failed for the con. And the worst part about it, about you falling for this con, is that you think that what he has planned only will affect us and not realize that it will affect you. Your parents are on Social Security. Your parents need Medicaid or you.
Amen.
Medicaid, or you. And it will affect you. Do you think that when they decide on who gets Social Security, that they're going to say, oh, no, not them because they voted for Trump? No, baby. No.
Tell them.
It includes you too. So I need you to buckle up. Maggots, I'm not even talking to you. You're stuck. Stay in your coat. Hey, do what you do.
Tell them.
Those that are undecided, those who are confused or on the fence, if you don't do it for anyone else, look at your parents, look at your children, look at your grandchildren.
Amen.
We stand with Biden.
Amen.
And who has an issue with that, take it up with God.
Amen.
Love you, Zeus.
Love you too. All
Thank
right.
you all for the gifts. Love you guys in the kingdom. Maggots, y'all do what y'all do. Hey, I don't.
All right.
I don't deal with demons.
Yep. You did the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give DJ Kitty Cat a round of applause. All right, fact check time. Biden said Donald Trump refused to go to World War I cemetery and that he was, quote, standing with 4-star generals who said Trump said, quote, I don't want to go there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. This was true. In 2018, during a trip to France, Trump canceled a visit to an American cemetery near Paris, blaming weather for the decision. But in September of 2020, The Atlantic reported that Trump had axed the visit because he felt that those who'd lost their lives and been buried there were losers. The magazine cited 4 people with firsthand knowledge of those discussions. According to The Atlantic, Trump said, quote, why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers. In another conversation, The Atlantic reported Trump said the 1,800 American Marines who lost their lives were suckers. Several media outlets confirmed the remarks, and Trump's former White House chief of staff, John Kelly, also said those specific comments were true. I think the choice is crystal clear, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want someone as commander-in-chief that calls our troops suckers and losers or not? Don't play around with this, all right? I'm not lying. I'm fact-checking this, all right? I know you all got wrapped up in his age and all of that, but no. We're having conversations about things that happened in the debate, and it was time we actually call these things out. All right, good morning, Bounce. How are you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I am excited. I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom. All right. Let's
I
go.
know these MAGAs are so triggered. They figure, oh, Biden is over. It's done. Well, you know what? Trump lied a total of 216 times yesterday.
Really?
Yes, he did. My friend counted them.
Wow.
And he did lie that many times. And Mr. Resurrection, or whatever your name, the MAGA whisperer, go find your real face and come back. Okay, when you find your real face and post it on your profile, then you can talk. And no, sir, I have no admiration for you. Okay, that's what I want to tell you now. For all you people, you Dems who are doubting Biden, stop it. Okay, just stop it. Because this man, he said he did not have relations with Stormy Daniels. Did he not?
He did. He lied right there.
He lied right there.
I
And you
heard him.
have to know that Biden couldn't keep on saying, oh, you're a convicted criminal, even though he is, because the next thing y'all gonna say is he influenced his sentence by saying that. So y'all stop it, okay?
Yep.
The man had a bad day. My mama's 86 years old, and she has a bad day, but my mama does not have any dementia.
Thank you.
None whatsoever.
Thank you.
And my mother is well taken care of.
Listen
And
up, American Ninja.
My mother needs her Medicare just like the rest of the seniors need their Medicare. Now, Trump said he passed the insulin bill. He passed it for one company. Biden came in and he passed it for all companies. So that 35 cap, Trump don't get cool points for. Okay?
Nope.
He does not.
Tell him.
He lied about the black jobs, okay? Trump ain't gave us one damn job. Excuse me, sorry.
No, you're right. He called them black jobs.
No job. He wants our vote. He just showed you how big of a racist he is by saying that. Did he not?
No lies detected.
People want to sit up here and say, oh, Trump's for the black people. Trump don't give a damn about us. He does not. We are for democracy.
Yeah.
We are for democracy. My family is Straight Facts, Boss Diva, Morning Star, Zeus. Those are the people I roll with and rock with. Because you know why? They don't bring no lies.
Nope.
None whatsoever. But you, Mr. Resurrection or whoever, you bring lies on a daily.
Thank you.
You lie constantly.
Thank you.
That's all you do.
Thank you, Bounce.
Sit up here with your IA face because you scared to show your face because you're bald headed in the middle.
Oh, go ahead, Bounce. Okay? Go ahead and get him.
So stop it.
Stop it.
Sir. Now you want to tell me that I have a thing for you, mister? You too funny looking for me to have a thing for you.
Bounce, you up here cooking.
One other thing I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
And I got to say it. Let me tell you something why Trump hates women. I'm going to tell you exactly why he hates women.
Okay.
Because his little pickle is so small that he can't satisfy nobody. That's why he hates women, because he's been exposed and Stormy exposed it.
That part.
Most of you MAGAs have the same problem as him.
Oh, wow, Bounce. Oh, my God. Christians.
My sister's live, Miss Boss Diva. I'm going over to her live, and all you people that want to sit up here and not vote for a man that's here to save democracy and everything that he has done for America, then you are the problem.
Thank you.
It's not Biden.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is the problem.
He's
a racist. He's a cheater. He's an essayer. He's a specialist at essaying women.
Amen. You're
now
right.
Give him check behind that.
Oh, go ahead. All right, Bounce. I appreciate you.
And you're the most handsome in the world.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate that.
You're your gap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Bounce. No lies detected. All right, listen. All right. So let's fact check time. You know what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Trump says Biden didn't run for president due to 2017 Charlottesville rally. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it's debunked all over the place. Every reasonable anchor has debunked it. And just the other day, it came out where it was fully debunked. It's a nonsense story. He knows that, and he didn't run because of Charlottesville. He used that as an excuse to run. This is what Donald Trump said about Joe Biden. This was false. The Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 featured a torch-bearing white supremacist marching to protest the removal of a Robert E. Lee statue and chanting racist slogans like, "You will not replace us." It turned unaliving when a car plowed into the crowd. In recent months, Trump has downplayed the violence, saying it was nothing compared to the pro-Palestinian protests on university campuses. Meanwhile, Biden has always pointed to Trump's 2017 comments as the primary reason he decided to seek the presidency in 2020, including in his campaign announcement video back in April of 2019. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's another lie that Donald Trump told that didn't get called out. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to call it out and join me in giving Donald Trump a round of boos and shame. Another lie. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're in uncharted territory. I've had to go a little past my time slot because we got a lot to address, it seems. Greetings. Who do we have right here? Quiet Ecuador, Ian Knight X. I don't know. Are you able to patch through? It looks like the connection isn't quite working. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We got to bring up somebody else, all right? Alfie, greetings. Welcome to the show, Alfie. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. What brings you to the show this morning?
I just wanted to say something real fast about last night's debate.
Okay, great. What do you got?
All I want to say is, had there actually been any fact checking going on, it would have been a completely different debate.
In what way?
Trump would have been stopped almost every other minute. That's the difference. He kept up. He was up there just spewing lie after lie, and he didn't get called out on it once. On top of that, he pivoted so many topics. He didn't answer. Like when they brought up the immigration, how he was going to handle any of that.
Yeah.
He didn't answer it at all. Like not even a little.
Right.
He kept going back on the attack on Biden's performance. He kept bringing up completely different topics. Didn't answer the actual questions, and the moderators didn't do anything about it. So that's all I had to say.
What about the part when they asked him about will he accept the results of the election? Since you got some time left, what do you think about that?
I thought it was hilarious because once again, proving everybody's point, he pretty much admitted that only his way of wording it was that only if it favored him would he actually agree with it. Yeah. Because he kept going, because he couldn't admit that. What was I going to say? He wasn't going to admit that he lost.
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
He said only if it's legal and fair, right? Which is code like what he did last time. Hey guys, the only way I could lose is if it's rigged. That's how I processed what he said.
Yep.
Yeah. So you believe? I guess the point is yes. If they would have fact checked both candidates, right? Because I know Biden misrepresented the facts on a few occasions as well.
Yes, he did. Yeah, if we're being fair, yes, he did. But there was 30 for Trump. That's what I said. The debate would have been completely different had they actually stopped and fact checked everything.
Yes, and I completely agree. By the way, you plan on voting for Joe Biden? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay. Did the debate yesterday cause you any concern? Did it make you question whether or not you should vote for him or Donald Trump at all in any way?
If I'm being 100% honest, the first 15 minutes made me think you know what, he is stuttering a bit. There's some stuff going on.
Yeah.
But by the end of the debate, I was once again back on Biden. I was like,
thank you. And I asked that question because I go worst case scenario, right? Is there anything Joe Biden can do to make you decide to go vote for Donald Trump?
The only 34 felonies. If Biden gets 34 felonies, then yeah, he loses.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, Alfie, I gave you a follow. All right, it was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for coming up here and telling the truth like that. I really do appreciate it. All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Alfie a round of applause. Thank you for that. Wow. We're in overtime, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get through as many panelists as I can because I really do believe, absent of what we're hearing on the media, our voices and opinions about it is actually what's more important. And so the more voices I can get through before I get up out of here, the better I think this show will be. And I don't agree with everyone. I'm trying to just kind of hear them out for the most part. Yes, we're in OT. Greetings. Who do we got? Michael B. Walker. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to mix it up. All right. Oh, Mr. Walker, are you there? Going once, going twice, sold. All right. We're going to go ahead and hit disconnect. All right. And bring up someone we all know. You know how this goes. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. Welcome, my sister. Let's go.
What's up, schools? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? How are you?
You know what, Zeus? I sat there and I watched Uncle Joe last night.
Thank you. Yes.
And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. You know why? Because it takes a lot of courage to get up in front of a narcissist, a liar, a cheat, a fraud, a car what my sister Kitty call him, a used car salesman. A used car salesman. It takes a lot of courage to get up there and call them out. And you know,
thank you, Zia.
What I hate about our what I'm really disappointed in with some of our Democrats is that they fell for the okie doke, Zeus.
What's that?
They falling for the okie doke. They are falling for the after the show disappointment. They're panicking. They're in a panic. They're acting like MAGA sexual, Zeus.
Thank you, MAGA sexual.
These Democrats are acting like a bunch of MAGA sexuals. And that means soft batch cookies. When the going gets tough, they get to running.
Yeah.
We don't run when the going gets a little bit tough. We have good days. We have bad days. We are called human.
Yes.
Human beings have good days and bad days. Sometimes we get a cold and maybe not feel our best.
Right? Yeah, she's not lying.
Sometimes we don't always have to outperform the way you want us to. That doesn't mean you turn and run.
Yeah.
That's why half of y'all ain't got no relationships now. 'Cause you don't know how to stay in it for the long haul. Just a bunch of MAGA sexuals.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. If you are a Democrat and you are acting like a MAGA sexual, you will be blocked.
Oh, you're on that type of time?
I'm on that type of time. We don't have that type of time. And we not dealing with y'all.
Wow.
So just understand whatever you acting, whatever your feelings are, go talk about it, go pray about it, stay off the app for a minute, get yourself together. Because we don't have that type of time. We are riding with Biden.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
We
you're
are
right.
riding with Biden.
Wow.
We got people coming up here with their panties all in a bunch, still mad about the Bernie bro situation. Get over it. That's 2016. We are at a whole nother war at this moment for democracy.
And I agree. It's so unfortunate that people's selfishness is so high that they're willing to let a wolf back in the hen house.
They ready to sacrifice everybody for the love of the orange man.
Wow.
And we don't have that type of time, like you said, Zeus.
We don't.
We are on a short span. Well, we have about 5 months.
Yeah.
To this election. And with 5 months to this election, we have to buckle down.
Bingo. Tell them, Miss Morningstar.
Buckle down. We gotta buckle down. We gotta stay, keep our eyes on the prize, keep looking forward, and dismiss yesterday as it's over with. And now we on to a new day.
Yep.
Get over it. We know the MAGA sexuals are going to celebrate and they're going to be happy because that's what they do. They don't know nothing. They have no comprehension. They're not intelligent people. They're a bunch of demons. We expect that from them. But when you commit to a relationship in this democracy, you better stand 10 toes down, damn it.
That's what I've been telling them. You're right, Ms. Morningstar. That's exactly what I've been telling them. They act as if this was supposed to be a cakewalk, a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? As if MAGA was just going to sit back and let us win. That's not how this works.
Exactly, Zeus. Nothing worth having is going to be easy.
Let's go.
You have to work. You have to put in the work. And Biden has put in the work, okay? He has a team. He has a whole cabinet that has put in the work.
No lies.
And we need to make sure, and I'm going to get out here, I heard my bell, but we got to make sure when we go in there in that voting booth, that we look at these Democrats that's in power now, that's sitting up here spreading that rhetoric right now, that they're so nervous and they're so scared. We need to replace them because we need some strong people.
Strong.
Because y'all too damn weak.
Tell them, Miss Morningstar.
I'm going to go ahead and go, Zeus. They too weak. We need some strong people. Y'all do better.
Do better. No lies detected. All right, Miss Morningstar. Thank you so much.
Right,
I really do
Zeus.
appreciate your honesty and integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Miss Morningstar a round of applause. No lies detected.
All right, bro.
Love you too. All right, this is a show up for us. Listen, folks coming up here with their beliefs, and you can tell an overwhelming majority of people who have came up, they're saying, you know what? We don't mind Joe Biden being an old man, all right? And that's what I'm trying to get out there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's bring up this next MAGA demon. Hey, what's going on? What do you call yourself? MAGA whisperer. Interesting. Yeah, what brings you to the show?
Just wanted to see how you've been doing, man. You've been distant. I thought we were friends.
You don't sound too well.
Nah, I'm doing fine.
You sure? You sound...
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should determine the presidency on a golf game between them. Who do you think would win?
Sir, honestly, I'm concerned. You sound like you're not doing well. You shouldn't be up here trying to talk about President Biden, not sounding like that.
Why not?
Because you don't just...
I can actually speak without... I can get a full sentence out. He can.
No, sir, you sound... This isn't the real you. Something happened to you. Are you okay? Seriously.
My throat has been cut, remember?
What?
My throat was cut during the attack.
What attack?
Oh my God.
You okay? Because, I mean...
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'm a tough guy.
Okay. Well, what I think you got to do is focus on your recovery.
Yeah,
bro.
I got physical therapy soon.
Okay. Because I'm a little concerned, but from what I see, you're really not in a position
I got
to talk
one
about.
question, and I'll go, bud.
Okay, you're not in a position to talk about President Joe Biden. All right. So
overall, what do you think of the debate?
Like I said, if it was simply based on energy, you know what I would say? Donald Trump had more energy. But if it was based on
one thing he lied about.
Who?
Trump.
The easiest thing I could say is what he said about his relationship with Stormy Daniels. He lied about that. He said he didn't have, and I can't even say it on TikTok. All right.
Stormy Daniels admitted on public TV, on national TV, that she did not have a relationship with Donald Trump.
And you believe her?
She said she was under that, whatever.
What about what she said in the courtroom, though, under oath?
Oh, yeah. We know what that was about. She was paid, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, you asked me what Donald Trump lied about, but I've been fact-checking.
Nice day, man.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's retribution. Okay, that's retribution, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can tell, he's not really doing so well, but he's still filled with the MAGA demon retribution. This one's for you. every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. All right. These folks get up here talking about President Biden, and then you listen to them, and they sound worse than President Biden. It makes absolutely no sense. TJ, good morning. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, what's up? Let's give me 2
Hey.
seconds to get away from these fans.
Oh, okay. I heard a little something in the background. Yes. Sorry about taking so long, but you know what? You've hung in there for a while, and I'm curious about what you have to say to us. All right.
I'm always here. You know, I'm on a good vibe today because number one, Biden won that debate last night. He came with facts, receipts, and proven results. Because his 3.5 years, he's done more in 3.5 years than most presidents with 8 years under their belt.
Right.
So I'm sorry, when you compare two people who have had 4 years in office, this is where we get to play the pros and cons game. Pro, Biden actually does things. Biden's been working for the people. Biden's been getting legislation passed. Biden's been getting things done with both sides of the aisle. What has Trump been doing in 4 years? He played golf for exactly 381 days.
Wow.
He hid during the pandemic, got sick, made the White House a super spreader, and ran for president. So what was he doing with his time? He went to North Korea to play kissy with the Rocket Man.
Remember? Yeah. I remember he did that. Yeah.
He said he was going to be. Remember, he said he's going to be real tough on China. He went over there and got on all four and kissed President Xi's feet.
Yeah.
And he said he got to be tough on Putin. We went over there and got on all fours, ball and gag, and you can leave the rest. You know.
I remember.
Bear,
I remember this. I remember he sold us out to Vladimir Putin. All right.
100%.
Kicked out the interpreters. I mean, he doesn't care about our democracy.
You compare and contrast two men who've had 4 years in office. I'm taking the one who looked like he actually did his homework and did the job, because that's what we had.
Right.
And I got to go because I got some work going. But like retribution, I'm sorry about your throat, but got to stay away from people when they're using the bathroom.
Bingo.
On the fourth floor.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to TJ.
I was really going to take this up to the fourth floor.
All right. No lies detected. All right. Let's bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to move it along. All right. Good morning, RC Dubs, my good friend. How you doing, brother?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Hey, I'm all right. You see, we're cooking in overtime, right?
Yeah, I'm glad. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Got to hear most of the show last hour or so.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, last night reminded me of something, and I got a few things I want to go over real quick. But
hit 'em with it.
Last night reminded me of something about one of my favorite rock bands, Pearl Jam.
Okay.
I went to a concert in the park, in Golden Gate Park, and Eddie got sick.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder was sick, couldn't go on, couldn't perform. So the concert, basically, they did what they could. And you know who filled in for him? Neil Young.
Oh.
Not too bad, right? We still got a show, but it wasn't the show we expected. But they did the best they could, right?
Right.
Now, what happened after that was Pearl Jam sent everybody who went to that concert free tickets. And I ended up going to the best show I had seen in my life to that point.
Wow.
Because of that, they made it up to me. Now, I'm figuring, at best, you could say Biden showed up, his stutter maybe got the best of him a couple times, and he had a cold. He clearly had a hoarse voice. But he's still going to deliver in his second term to me, like Pearl Jam did to me when they made up to me for that concert. I'm not looking at Eddie Vedder being sick as some sort of destruction of their previous musical legacy or what they've done since, or the concert they put on to make up to me for the one that they couldn't do, right?
Right.
So, what people are sitting out there like ready to give up on Biden because his stutter and his hoarse voice.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the transcript, he demolished Trump in that debate.
Wow.
You just don't look at the idea that he was hard to hear sometimes because of the hoarseness of his voice and occasionally stuttering and maybe stumbling on a phrase that he wanted to get out.
Exactly.
That's going to stop you from protecting us from a further decimated Supreme Court. You're going to let women's rights be further decimated, LGBTQIA rights be further decimated, minority rights be further decimated.
Exactly.
Immigrants to be mass deported, damage the economy. with tariffs that'll hurt us. Another potential insurrection if he doesn't, if he ends up having to go to prison.
Yeah.
How's he going to make himself immune? I'm really pissed. The moderators last night never really pressed him on why do you think you should be immune as president?
Bingo.
That didn't even come up. Now, all of that, you're supposed to tell me that a pathological, lying, racist, misogynistic, narcissistic grifter should take the office because Biden has a stutter and a cold.
It doesn't make sense.
Are we out of our minds as a country? Like, have we fallen this far that this is what we're talking about? The optics of somebody who has a cold versus a felon found liable for assault and abuse, fraud, defrauded the state he lived in for most of his life, owes them $500 million, owes E. Jean Carroll $100 million.
Yeah.
This is the person you think, I mean, the fact that he's even in the race is actually kind of a mark on America's moral standing.
Bingo.
We have simply lost our way for him to even be this far.
Tell him,
and
Doug,
for anybody to sit there and pretend that we're supposed to let all of this go down because Biden had a cold. If you're not going to vote for Biden, if you've decided you're not going to vote for Biden because of this shit, unfollow me. I don't want any part of you.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you, and I appreciate it, and on with the fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother RC Dubs a round of applause. As you can see, there's a difference of opinions out here, but an overwhelming majority of people who are coming up in this box and sharing out, they're saying, we want President Biden over Donald Trump. All right, you all deserve a round of applause. Lady Askew, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Hi, Zeus. Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to come on here and let you know I am blue.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Good.
Oh man, Zeus,
Speak on it. It's
disgusting.
Yeah. What part of the country are you in?
I think MAGA or hook on phony. It's unreal, Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus, I sat there last night beside my husband, and we couldn't even say anything. Every now and then I would see him would look at me, I would peek at him, and we would just turn our heads.
Yeah.
And early this morning he told me he was just done. He said I was just done.
Linda, thank you.
He said he was just done. Zeus, just to sit there and look at, I felt bad for Joe Biden to have to stand beside that man. And I know he was just disgusted with that lying. That man lied every time he said something.
Yep.
He lied, Zeus. He never answered the moderators. He never answered them.
No.
Zeus, if he did, I want you to show me, because I don't want to make that mistake.
No.
He never answered them. He
Never.
went right to what he wanted to. He was so disrespectful. And then they gave him a chance to answer, and he never answered. But Zeus, you know why I believe he never answered?
Why?
Because I don't even think he have answers.
You don't think he had answers?
He have answers to nothing. He knows nothing. He doesn't have answer to nothing but just lie and just keep trying to say what Joe didn't do, or what he did, or he started trying to take credits for what other presidents done and what Joe did. He just had no answers for nothing. He was just disgusting, Zeus. He was
because especially around January 6th, he didn't want to incriminate. He didn't want to incriminate himself, huh? I could tell.
Yes, and he couldn't even say.
Todd, relax, Todd. You're the buffoon.
Yes, and then they asked him, would he accept whatever the come out would be,
the outcome of the results of the election. Yeah.
And dude, that man couldn't even say yes.
Wow.
Because you know why? Because he won't. Because he will not. He will not. He pouted like a baby. He rolled his eye at Joe. His mouth pouted. He was just a pouting. I don't know what it was. It was like the teacher would say, okay today, Mr. Little Donna, do you want to do ABCs or 1, 2, 3s? I want to play with my remote car.
Wow, you're right.
I want to play my remote card because I doesn't care about those ABCs and those 1, 2, 3 because I got people that gonna believe in me whether I know how to count on my ABCs or not. They're gonna believe in me.
Yeah.
You know?
Childish behavior.
Childish behavior. Of course you're gonna beat Joey in golf because that's all you did when you was president. and only time you went to the office when they called papers. Okay, Zeus. So thank you for listening to me, babe. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and I gave you a follow. All right, I'm so sorry to take you so long to get up here, but I appreciate you waiting and thank you. Come on back again. All right, Lady Askew.
Okay, babe. Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Lady Askew a round of applause. No lies detected. Well, I didn't know there was going to be this much love for Joe Biden this morning, ladies and gentlemen, but it's here. And as you can tell, a lot of people are saying we're rallying behind President Biden despite the fact that his performance yesterday wasn't quite up to par. And that's what I wanted to do. My mission today has been accomplished. Reunite behind Biden and defeat MAGA. That's what this is about. All right, who do we got? Dolores, good morning. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am all right. What brings you to the show? You support Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Let's go. Okay, let's go. What part of the country are you calling in from?
Oh, I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey. All righty then. All right. Well, what brings you to the show this morning? What is it you want to share with the American people out here?
Well, I watched that debate last night, and I live in a townhouse. I swear my neighbors must have heard me yelling at the television. I was just so furious at Trump. I mean, he probably has all these MAGA people now believing every word he said last night. And all he said was lie after lie. And I mean, he just never answered any question. All he did was pivot.
Yeah. You hear that, MAGA? This is what he did. Yeah,
And
what do you...
I mean, poor President Biden. I mean, you could see what was he supposed to answer?
Yeah. What was he supposed to say when you got someone lying 100 miles an hour at a time? Which lie do you respond to?
Exactly.
They should have shut it down, and they should have told Donald Trump, one more lie, sir, and we're sending you out of here.
They allowed him way too much time. They didn't stop it. The moderators were terrible last night. And really, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. All right. Well, listen,
Thank
Dolores.
you.
All right. I hope you come back. All right. I gave you a follow. Keep up the faith, though. All right. The fight must go on.
I will.
No one said this battle was going to be easy, and I appreciate your resolve. All right. Despite how they're trying to make it look, you and I are standing 10 toes down with Joe Biden, unless otherwise told. All right. So thank you.
are.
All right, ladies
Thank
and gentlemen,
you.
let's give it up to the beautiful Dolores. Yeah, you got these folks in my chat right now, these MAGA demons out here trying to pretend like they're patriots. You're not patriots, MAGA. You are some of the most traitorous individuals this country has ever seen. All right. All right. Who is this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Harry.
Yeah. Biden had one job last night, was to show up as a human corpse, non-human corpse, and he didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Did he make it there? He
What do you
showed
mean?
up.
No, he didn't make it. CNN's calling him for him to drop out. President Biden.
He showed
President
up.
Obama's campaign director calling for him to drop out.
Okay, but did Biden show up and deliver?
No, he was standing there with like a babbling fool with his mouth open like a bobblehead. And I don't know what the hell was going on.
You must be talking about Donald Trump, all right? Because honestly, let's be honest. What the heck was Trump talking about? What the heck did Trump say that was so inspirational to you yesterday? See, I can deal with how I can deal with you all coming up here and criticizing Biden, but let's really talk about the substance of what Donald Trump was saying. I've been pointing out things he's lied about. Can you tell me what Donald Trump said to you yesterday that was so inspirational that made you really believe that this guy is the right president?
Well, I wasn't even gonna like vote for him because I think they're both like Israeli shills and not really. They're pretty much the same president, is what I thought. But like after last night, I was like, well, at least Biden is like, or at least Trump's not like a a corpse that's decaying live in front of us, and he's like optically a person that we can get behind.
Well, I just put that under. I put that
Child.
under Biden's age, right? Biden's an older man. I get that. I mean, that came out yesterday. Whoop-de-doo, right? I don't expect.
Yeah, but they were
Biden.
lying to us for years, saying, no, he's competent. No, it's Trump's the one that's aging. Don't believe what you see. This is the truth. And now everyone saw the real truth.
Okay. Well, I'm not shocked that he's an older man and took a little time to get kind of into the groove of the debate. I'm not really surprised about it. Would I have liked it to look like how I would have handled that demon Donald Trump? Absolutely. But he's his own man. But could you at least help answer this for the American people? Because there's people out here, you know where I stand. I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. But there's other people who might not necessarily, they still might be undecided. And I'm asking you, what did Donald Trump say that was so inspirational, based on your opinion? Whether it's true or not, what did he say from your vantage point, if you don't mind?
Well, at least he was talking about like the criminals coming into our country that like Joe Biden let in, saying like the Biden invaders, the migrant killers coming after our women and children, and how Biden loves that. And then Biden had like a slam dunk. It was like a perfect slam dunk. Tapper tossed it up to him like a softball fast pitch. And he said, what's your thoughts on abortion? Because that's a winning issue. Women, they actually like abortion. And they call it, if you have any chance to win, you're going to push the abortion thing nonstop. They asked Biden about abortion. He talks about one of the women that gets murdered by the migrant animals that come up from the third world. And it's like, giving Trump a free fucking home run. It's
well, listen, we don't curse over here, all right? And by the way, you should change your profile picture. You should use your photo. I mean, why not just represent who you are? Aren't you a handsome fella?
I'll explain you that why I use Harry's photo. Is
Yeah.
Your retarded worldview would get me fired from my job just because I don't agree with you, because you have like a retarded worldview.
I get it, but it's funny you don't mind taking the money from people who have a retarded worldview, and I don't like saying that word. So, you should try to really reevaluate how you look at life.
I'll take retards' money spent.
No, CC, I gotta drop you, bro. All right, see, that's thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's a MAGA demon right there, who's unhinged on this app. He shouldn't use that word. All right, he shouldn't use it. All right. Join me in giving this knucklehead what he deserves, a round of booze and shame. I even accidentally ended up saying it. Wow.
Silence!
Jesus Christ.
MAGA demon!
Jesus Christ. Don't say those nasty words, all right? People out here, they don't like that, and I don't like that, all right? Seriously. If you're going to work behind and work with people you don't align with, you should just quit those jobs and let people who really want to go in there and support those companies work there. I know. I listen. All right. Thank you, Rick C. Let's go. No, I didn't say it. All right. MAGA demons out here, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get Zeus tripped up. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have next? All right. My good friend, CC. Good morning, CC. How are you?
I'm good, Triple H. How are you doing this morning, you handsome?
Thank you. Thank you.
Almost on TikTok.
Yes. Thank you, CC. I appreciate it. How are you doing?
I have a little cold this morning.
Oh, you have a cold too? I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry.
Right.
What's his name? That come crying.
The one that was just here?
Conservative Dan.
Oh, Conservative D.
Yes,
yeah. He said you were mistreating him out there, and you put him in a straitjacket, perhaps?
I did.
Oh my God! Why did you do that? Do you feel bad, CC, at all? Do you feel bad?
I've shed a few tears. Not for him.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because you don't have to apologize. These people are evil. These people are nasty, and they say terrible things. So sometimes you got to put them in that straitjacket, if you ask me. Seriously.
You know how I am. I protect your life, and I protect you.
Yes.
I have followed you since the beginning.
Thank you.
And you are the man. And
Thank
they
you,
hate
CC.
it. And they hate
do.
it.
They do.
Oh, your name is all over, TikTok all the time. And
Isn't
my
that sad?
my name has been all over TikTok this week as well.
Wow.
Because I tell the truth. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I am absolutely disappointed with CNN. I used to watch them, but after they did all the firing and all this, I left.
Yes. Yeah.
And for Dana Bash.
Yes.
And what's his name? Can't think of his name.
Jake Tapper?
Yeah. For them to sit on their ass while our president came down to the table to shake their hand. Shame.
Shame!
Shame on you.
Shame.
That's our president.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Show respect.
Show it.
And they did not show it last.
This is what I'm talking about.
They let that orange piece of trash run his lying mouth.
Thank you, CC. Bring them back home.
With not one, oh no, Mr. Trump, no, don't do that. Not one question. How many questions did he avoid? He's disgusking.
He
They're
is.
disgusting. He's disgusting. And you brought up something earlier about that orange, piece of trash that went over to France and did not visit the cemetery.
Yeah.
At one of those, I'm not sure if it was in France, but it was all around the same time.
Yes.
That fat ass didn't want to get in the rain. He did not visit the graves because of the rain. It would melt that tan and that comb over.
Exactly.
I'm just, all these MAGA demons.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, conservative, where are you? You ran. Guess what? I have a family business and we do embroidering.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a crying towel.
Thank you.
So, he can tell me what initials he wants me to put on his little crying towel. So as long as you come in here with your lies and your hate, I'm gonna mute you, period.
Oh, let's go. Thank you, CC.
Thank you, honey.
I love you.
You have a good weekend.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful CC a round of applause. No lies detected. Oh my goodness. All right, good morning, Toy. Long time no see. Toy, are you here? I was going to bring you up, but it looks like the connection disappeared. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here, all right? I didn't know I'd really be on this long, and I'm well past my time slot. RC, what do you got for us? Go ahead and hit this out the park before we get up out of here, brother.
I forgot to bring up one thing. It was like the idea that we don't want MAGA demons to come into our boxes and just lie with impunity, right? We don't want to let them just have minutes and minutes. And then, because the point is, a lot more lies can be told in 1 minute than it takes to debunk them. It takes a lot longer to debunk a minute worth of lies.
Correct.
Right? So that's part of the problem that we have anytime we debate somebody like that. And last night, not having been fact checked, the moderators frankly did a terrible job. There should be no further debates unless the moderators are allowed to fact check in real time, because they're supposed to be the independent party. They're supposed to be the bipartisan, the impartial party, to sit there and actually go over these details. Now, Biden clearly knew the details of policy to the point where I think sometimes he tried to say too much, which sometimes what people with stutters do. A lot of things that they want to say come out in one phrase. When they're trying to say one thing, it's like they said they wanted to say 3 or 4 things, right?
Right.
So he actually had the knowledge and the policy, and Trump often had to be reminded of the question. So we go back to Biden during the child care question. Trump rambled on for 3 minutes, and Biden was the one who eventually said, I'm the one with the child care policy. Yeah. So that shows he was cognitively there, and we're dealing with a narcissist on the other side who's willing to lie to his own people, and they never made him sit and say, sir, did you lose the election? Because last time, and I really wish Biden had said this, so he did have some missed opportunities.
Yeah.
But they should have also, butted in and said, you lost fairly last time. Why won't you say this election will be fair? Your own people said it was fair last time when the gentleman on stage next to you beat you.
Bingo.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, those are closing remarks from RC Dubs. Let's give him a round of applause. Oh, my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our broadcast.